All right, welcome to HeroQuest fans. Sorry we had some issues there earlier, but you should be able to hear me now. And welcome to those joining us live on Twitch TV, HeroQuest fans on Twitch, and then those who are joining us later on YouTube. Of course, it will not be live, but thank you for watching anyway. So, anybody in the chat have any preferences for what we want to start with? Otherwise, I think I'm just going to make a decision here. We've got a few hours together. So I was going to do a game of Space Crusade. Now, other people have done this before. I think it was always Bored, Never Boring who did it first, at least that I noticed on YouTube. He did a Space Crusade game against himself, which is possible. It's much easier to do than like playing HeroQuest by yourself. Although they do have the HeroQuest app now for that. But I'm just going to go ahead and try to start up the game here. Please let me know if there's any issues with the chat. Otherwise, we're just going to get started. Okay, so we've got our close-up camera here, and we've got our big camera here. As you can see, I've set up the board, and it barely fits on my desk here. This time, we are using some custom rules. So my first game, and I'm not even playing it the way it was intended out of the box, but that's okay. So there was this magazine called White Dwarf, and it's still around. And it's the official magazine of Citadel Miniatures, of Games Workshop, and their constant mode of operation is to get their readers to buy more miniatures. I mean, that's what it's all about. So I happen to have Assault on Black Reach, which was the starter kit for 2008's Warhammer 40,000 edition, whatever edition that is from 2008. But it only had the orcs. It didn't have any of the Space Marines. But that's okay. I got it for free. And I've just been kind of like working on it. In the last stream, I was kind of touching things up. So I thought, why not use those guys in a game? And it just so happens that White Dwarf magazine had an issue back in the 90s where they said, yeah, take your orcs and use them as a faction, playable faction in the game instead of your normal squad of Space Marines. And you may ask, what does this have to do with HeroQuest? Well, Stephen Baker, the lead designer of HeroQuest in 1989, he actually worked on Space Crusade. So he's considered the designer of that game as well, using material from Warhammer 40,000, just like HeroQuest from Warhammer Fantasy. And he said he actually prefers it. So in some ways, it's an evolution of what HeroQuest was. In some ways, it removes some things. So you're going to see here that there's a lot more rolling, a lot less questing, if you will. But anyway, I'm going to show you the custom rules I'm using. So this is just a printout. And yes, they did give you permission to do this. We've got this paper here, and it shows you've got orders and equipment for the orcs. It's spelled with a K. They call them orc boys, and I'm not going to do the funny voices. So in the Warhammer world, I mean, just like how HeroQuest and Warhammer Fantasy are related, Warhammer 40K and Space Crusade are related. But before we start the game, I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit of the introduction. But basically, just you're going to assume that the orcs replace the Space Marines for this adventure. And they have certain abilities. So just like in the normal game, you have a commander. I have what's called a nob, so short for a noble. So this is the leader of the orcs. He has 6 life points. And we'll be tracking those life points on a little life point tracker that we have over here. This little device here. So it starts at 6. Every time he takes damage, it's going to go down. When he goes down to 0, he's dead. And if he dies, you suffer a serious setback in the mission, because your goal is to kill as many monsters as you can and avoid losing any of your guys if you can. Whereas the alien player, and of course I'm going to be both, will seek to eliminate those guys with his monsters, his aliens. And see, this is the point counter. So every time you get points, you slide it down and try to get as many as you can. And you'll start at the rank of sergeant, which is the beginning rank. And if I make any mistakes, well, we'll just have to correct it next time. I'm still learning the game. So I printed out these custom cards based on those illustrations there. Oh yeah, there's some other information here. So they gave you like what weapons you're going to be using. So you've got heavy plasma guns, bolt guns or bolters, power claws, chain swords, bolt pistol, power sword, plasma pistol. I made some modifications because I kind of wanted to go by what the models had. So here are the cards, and these are the ones I'm going to be choosing out of the group. Let's see. I get one order card. So you got Freebooter. I'm not going to choose that. Warg. Not going to choose that. Get the Gits. No, get a Zog and move on. Oh, these are equipment cards. Bionic Bits, Battle Frenzy, Frag, Stick Bombs. And I did these in the style of, these are customs. I did these in the style of the actual game cards, except, I mean, these are just proofs. They're just drafts. They're red instead of blue or green. And then this is like what the other side of it would look like. So there's like a story version and then the gameplay version. But I'm not going to choose any of these. I'm going to just set these aside. Oops. Sorry about that. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and use, and I'll just set these aside for reference. I'm going to use this, yeah, these are equipment. Yeah. So the order card that I'm going to use is called Daka Daka. I think that's how you pronounce it. So any of your orcs may move twice. Oh, sorry, they may fire twice. Excuse me. Fire twice. Can you see that? They may fire, move, and then fire again, or fire twice before or after moving. Discard this card after use. So some of these abilities you can see are similar to what the Space Marines have. So this is when there's loads of enemy scum to kill. It'll make your boys dead shooty. So they have kind of a funny way of speaking as part of the character lore. So that's the order. So I can use that on my turn whenever I want. Start of the turn. Everybody gets to attack and move, or move and attack. And they can either shoot at range or they can use melee or hand-to-hand combat. So the equipment cards I'm going to choose are custom weapon. Choose one of your boys as the mech. He can either fire his custom weapon as a normal bolter, or he can put it into multi-barrel Death Shredder mode and unleash a hail of bolter fire with the same effect as a heavy plasma gun. So I'm going to have to keep this reference on hand. And forgive me because this is my first game. I'm going to be doing a lot of referencing. So plasma gun is 2 red dice, and it fires in a straight line. So you can choose the straight line, and it'll basically hit everybody in its path until it runs out of damage to deal out. So you can, it's like the railgun in Quake 3. You can shoot through multiple enemies. So let's see. I'm going to say this guy here is the mech. So he's the one that's going to use the custom weapon. So the orc boys are just regular orc guys. And these are minimally painted by me. So choose that as equipment. And then also bolt pistols. So all your boys may roll 1 extra light weapon die in hand-to-hand combat, remains in use for the entire mission. Okay, so normally, and I wrote it all down here. So I went by what's on the model. So let's say this guy has a bolt pistol. That's what that is, a bolter. And he's got just a regular, we'll call it an axe, not a power axe. Whereas this guy, that's definitely a power axe. See, it's even got the little cable on it. And we're going to call these plasma pistols because they've got that little I'm going to call that a battery down there, a little plasma thing. And so that's 2 red dice in attack for melee and 2 red dice in attack for ranged. Whereas this guy, it's going to be 2 white melee, 2 white range. Well, I did that visually backwards, but you get the point. Whereas this guy would have like 2 white up close, 2 red diagonally. I think. Let me just double check that. So I wrote it down to remind myself. Eventually I'm going to have cards of all this stuff, so it'll be a little easier. But I just whipped these up at the printers. Oh yeah, power armor. Your knob's power armor may deflect enemy shots or hand-to-hand combat attacks. Increases armor value to 3. Remains in use for the entire mission. Okay, so he's donning his power armor. I'll just put that there. Pain Boy. This card restores your knob to 6 life points if he's wounded. You can't use it if your knob has just been reduced to 0 life points. Discard this card after use. So he gets a healing ability. It's not like Hero Quest, the North American version, where you can just come back after death. In this, you got to heal yourself before you die. Okay, so everybody's got a bolt pistol. Okay, so these are the different types of orcs that I've got on my squads, and I got to do all this explanation because otherwise it's not going to make sense, and I'm going to forget. So the regular orc boy who's got a plasma pistol, he's got this style of figure. He's got 1 armor, movement of 6 because they all have fixed movement, and 1 life point. And he fires 2 red up to 12 squares in a straight line. And his melee is 2 white dice. Then this guy who's got the assault cannon, so I decided that's an assault cannon. He's going to have 1 armor, 4 movement, so slower, like a heavy weapons guy, and 1 life point. His attack is 2 red dice. Oh yeah, here's the dice I'm talking about. So 2 red dice, split between all visible targets, visible meaning line of sight, and then his melee is 2 white dice. So I've got 1 of these guys, and there's like 2 squads, but they're all 1 team. So there's 5 and 5. So this one has the heavy weapons guy. This one over here has the knob, the stronger guy, the leader with his 6 life points. And that's that. So there's 3 types of characters. And do they have names? No, I didn't bother to name them, but I'll just call them by their rank or whatever. But yeah, the mech, this guy with the hair, this is the guy that we just have to remember he has a special weapon. All right, so we start off and they are on this docking claw. So I'll just read the little story here to start things off. If it's in here, I always forget which manual has the story. Yeah, it's the mission book that has the story. This one here, as opposed to the rule book. So you're prowling the galaxy looking for these space hulks, these abandoned spaceships, and the orcs kind of do what they do. So assaulting space hulks. The common assault procedure is as follows. The mothership launches 1 or more assault vessels towards the alien starship. Once alongside, a number of docking claws, that's what these things are, these things here. There's one over here too. A number of docking claws extend from the assault vessels and grab the side of the alien ship. The powerful claws tear into the alien ship and pull the assault vessel into the attack position. Probes which pierce the skin of the alien ship are then extended from the claws. Each probe has within it a passageway through which the Space Marines, or orcs in this case, may attack. Once this has punctured the alien ship and been made airtight, the blast doors are opened and the Space Marines, or orcs, assault the alien ship. The Space Marine squad, or the Orc mob in this case, is expected to move fast and accomplish the set mission. Well, we better get a move on. Once the mission has been accomplished, the Space Marines, or Orcs, make their way back to the docking claw. With all the Space Marines, or Orcs, back on the assault ship, the docking claw release the alien ship and the assault vessel returns to the mothership. So we're going to start on the very first campaign mission. So a squad of Space Marines was wiped out by a dreadnought aboard alien vessel 547, which they codenamed Abomination, whilst trying to clear the sector. So our mission is to seek out the dreadnought and destroy it. I think in this case, the Orcs are going to try to salvage it for parts. Also, they don't care if they run across enemy Orcs. They're going to go ahead and kill them and take their teeth, which I guess they use for money or trophies or something. That's the lore. Don't blame me. So I'm trying to refresh the chat, see who we've got watching right now. So the first turn is going to be me. Of course, it's going to be me in both cases. I'm playing against myself, literally. I shuffled these blip tokens, so they're random, and try to distribute them evenly. I don't know where the dreadnought actually is. Wherever it is, that's where it's going to be. Just checking the chat. Okay. Yeah, the chat is not loading up for me, so if people are here, I apologize. But yeah, if you're watching this on the replay, you're just seeing me kind of stumble through the first run of the game. I have watched other people play, but yeah, I had to realize that, okay, you have to clip these docking claws on. Here we are, finally. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and mute it so I'm not hearing an echo. Okay, so welcome to Syndica. Gasan PL, welcome back. CaxIps06, glad you stayed with us. And Soy Clubberville. So now that I've butchered all your names, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and open the pod bay doors, Hal. We're going to open the, whatever that is, the bulkhead door. And so the leader can move 6. So he's going to go ahead and move in 1. And of course, when he moves, he automatically scans the area with a scanner, and the alien player gets to put down his blip tokens. And you can see I've already upset the board here. These plastic clips just do not clip very well, as they don't quite do their function properly. I have to see if I can come up with a solution for that. All right, so I got blip tokens, so I can put them anywhere in this quadrant, as long as they're out of sight of the player. Let's just do a pretty mechanical way of doing it. Put a couple in each room. Yeah, that sounds good. Now these doors in the center, anybody can go through, but normally they have to open the door. Okay, so I moved 1, 2, and I'm going to open the door, which means I just remove it. Set it aside. So that room is now open. I can now see this token, so I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. If there's any issues, I want people to let me know. If there's any issues with the stream. So we're going to flip over the blip tokens, see what they are. Helps if you haven't trimmed your nails. Okay, so that is an orc. So it's a rival orc. We're going to put that space orc right there. I guess you're supposed to take it off the board, so well, how are you going to keep track? I'll just put it on top, I guess, for now. Flip that over, and another orc. So each of those guys are going to be worth, looks like three points if they get killed. Okay, so that's 1, 2. So he could just start shooting. So let's see. That only applies to boys. So I've got extra armor. Yeah, because the Orc Knob, sorry, I forgot to say this. He normally has an armor of 2. With a power armor, he's going to have 3. He's got movement of 6 and life of 6. So he's going to fire at this far Orc here with his 2 red dice. I'm just going to move that over. Yeah, see, there's too many components for my small table. Okay, what did I get? Okay, so I got you can barely see it, a 3 and a 2. Here, do you believe me? So we got a 5. So an Orc, let's see what his stats are. Things are just in the way. Okay, so he's got 6 move, 1 armor. Okay, so I easily overwhelmed his armor. He's dead. So killed my first Orc and collected 3 points. All right. So his turn is, well, I guess I could do an order. Yeah, but I forgot to do that, so I don't get to do it. All right, so I get to move everybody else. So 1, and you can pass other figures if they allow you. So of course he allows him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is going to attack with his bolt pistol. So that's only 2 white dice. 1. Okay, so that equals his armor, so it doesn't kill him because I think it has to overwhelm his armor effectively. So I'll move the next Orc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna fire his bolt pistol. Missed. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's moving into the room. Actually, I can adjust this camera. So we're getting these guys out of the docking claw pod and into the game proper. And we'll just move our camera to adjust so you can see those miniatures. All right. So he's going to fire. Missed. So just got zeros. So the white dice aren't that great, as you can see. All right. And then I've got my plasma guy. He's got a plasma pistol. And so that will fire up to 12 squares away. And is worth 2 red dice. So it's actually really strong. Plasma pistol. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to shoot. Well, let's see. Yeah, he can still shoot. 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'll move him into the room just to be fair. Okay, so he's going to shoot with his 2 red, and he just has to get more than 1. 2. So he's killed that Orc. Earned 3 more points. Okay, now I still have these guys way over here on the other side, on the opposite side. So what I need is another camera to point over there. Let's see, we're just going to go ahead and open this door. Open the other bulkhead door. And we're going to... Now the problem is, once you get a whole bunch of doorways open, you can have line of sight like across the board, which I found out by playing Lurch Bricks game, meaning you can just get shot any old where. But yeah, I've got 10 orcs to move. And if you think this is cheating, don't, because when you play Eldar Attack expansion, you control 10 Eldar. So it's similar to that. It's supposed to be more fair because normally you'd have 2 or 3 squads of Marines versus the alien player. Okay, so we're going to move our first orc out of here. Whoops, he trips and falls in the doorway. 1. Okay, so as soon as he comes in, he scans this quadrant, just like before, the alien player, without changing the order of his blip tokens, is to put them out. And normally you can pick any blip tokens you want, so you could know exactly what you're putting down, whereas in this case, I'm just putting them down blind. So we'll just put 2 in that room there, 2 over here, 2 here, and I guess I've got 1 left over. You know what? Let's make it interesting, and let's I can put it right in front of him there, so it's in sight. So it's an orc. So we'll put down another orc right in his face. I was just waiting to meet him. Okay, so he's right in his face. Do I want to risk melee combat? Well, let's see. He's a bolter. I mean, he attacks the same way, so he's going to attack. Now, if he fails, he could die. Okay, because his orc opponent also rolls 2 white dice. So I'm rolling for my orc here, my good guy orc, Blood Axe's orc. Okay, so he rolled a 1. Now his enemy orc is going to roll 2 white dice in response, and he got a 0. So I got more, I got a 1, but his armor's 1, so I didn't actually kill him. Right? I think that's how it works. So any Space Crusade aficionados can tell me, oh, you did it wrong. But anyway, I'm still learning. Okay, so nothing happened there, so that's the end of his turn. Now, I still get to move all the rest of these guys. So let's see. This guy's got a bolt pistol, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's going to shoot that orc. It's always safer to shoot. He got a 2. And the orc's only got 1 armor, so he's dead. So killed that orc and collected 3 more points. So I think that's basically how you play. Of course, I haven't even got to the alien's turn yet. Okay, so I've still got some orcs to move, so we're going to move the mech guy out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's going to open the door. So now he can see both of these tokens. We're going to flip them over way in the corner here. Uh-oh, there's a 10. It's a chaos. Oh, 2 chaos space marines. Wow, okay. So I can't zoom the camera in over there, unfortunately, but I could just kind of raise it up a little bit. I really need a few extra cameras for this setup, I think. Yeah, I can't quite reach over there. Well, that's okay. We'll just keep the action. Maybe in a self-serving way, I'll just move all my guys together, my mob of orcs together, so that it's easier to keep track of them. There we go. Yeah, if anybody wants to buy me a new camera, just kidding. All right, so just focus your attention way over here. So I've got 2 Chaos Space Marines. I keep wanting to call them Chaos Warriors because that's the HeroQuest way. So we got 2 of those guys. Okay, so these guys are much stronger. They've got, well, actually not that much stronger. They move 6 squares. Do these guys have heavy weapons? No, they've just got... Oh, actually one of these guys does have a heavy weapon. Sorry. I wasn't paying attention to the square. This guy actually has a big weapon. What does he have? He's got a missile launcher. Ooh, that's really powerful. Yeah, because normally they only fire with 2 white and have 2 white hand to hand, but with the missile launcher, that's a big problem because they can shoot and he could blast a square of 9 squares. Let's see, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, he could engulf 2 of these guys in an explosion if he fired. So we better try to take him out quick. This close one. I'll show you what he looks like. So that's the heavy weapons Chaos Space Marine. Awesome sculpt. And then the regular one that just has a bolter is here. So threatening looking guys. So this guy, oh yeah, I forgot. He's the one that has the mech ability. The mech, where was that card? Yeah, the custom weapon. So since he's got the custom weapon, he can use his multi-barreled shredder mode for his gun so that it turns it into a heavy plasma gun. Okay, so it's not just a plasma pistol then, it's a heavy plasma gun. Let me just double check. So the heavy plasma gun, if I'm reading that right, is firing 2 white and 2 red. Wow. And it's like a beam. Of course, it's in a straight line, so I can only hit one of them. So I can hit that guy with 2 white and 2 red. Okay, so I revealed them. I'm going to go ahead and fire. So 2 white and 2 red. Okay, so I got 0, 0, 1. Darn, that's all I got is a 1. That's a shame for me, but it's an opportunity for me because I'm the alien player as well. And so his armor is 2, so yeah, he didn't even feel it. Okay, I've still got an opportunity. Okay, so I've got another bolter guy. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I better get him out of there. Let's see. In melee, he's not that strong in melee. 5. Yeah. Just gonna get in his face. Just get right in his face. I know it's hard to see. I could zoom this in, but it would be kind of a pain. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I'm zooming it in. Okay, so it's hard to see, but I've got these 2 Chaos Space Marines. Okay, so I got an orc right in his face, and he's gonna attack him with 2 white dice, which you now cannot see. There we go. And he missed. Great. Okay, so that's a shame for him. Okay, so I'm going to move my heavy weapons guy in. So this is this guy here. So he only moves 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he can't shoot him. Darn. Okay. 1, 2, 3. He's just going to hang back 3. Because otherwise, I'm just going to get blown up. All these guys are going to get blown up. Okay, so that is the end of the orc's turn, believe it or not. Now it's the alien player's turn. So the alien player, the chaos player, let's see, let's just zoom this back out again. I guess I could have just left it there. Yeah, it's like every adventure is playing with the camera. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these again because I don't remember if I shuffled them thoroughly or not before the game began. Sorry. Let's do a little shuffle. These cards are neat because they're matte on one side and then smooth on the other, kind of like a varnished gloss on the other side. So we'll just shuffle these up. Shuffling. Okay, so we're gonna play one of these cards. Auto defense. You may shoot it, and anytime it says a Marine or Space Marine, I'm going to interpret that as an orc for the purposes of this mission. Okay. You may shoot at any one Marine or Commander miniature on a corridor square. Roll 1 heavy weapons die. Wow. I'm going to shoot at the Commander because he's over here. So the auto defense turret rolls 1 heavy weapons die at him. Now he's got an armor of 3 because of his power armor. Oh yeah. 0. Phew, it missed me. Okay, so that's the first discard, the pile. And the only other thing that I can do is I can move any of my blip tokens. And I think they can move up to 6. But I don't think they can open doors. Or can they? Let me just double check that rule. Because that does make a difference if I can open a door versus not opening a door. So I'm just consulting the rule book here. On the alien's turn, you can move diagonally in this game. I got to keep reminding myself that. Opening doors. Alien and Marine miniatures may only enter and leave rooms through open doors. Door may be opened, blah, blah, blah. The question is, can a blip token move and open a door? Or does it have to be revealed as a miniature? Placing blips. Sorry, I knew I was going to have to do this because I don't have it quite memorized. All blip tokens may move, a total of 5 squares, not 6. Same movement restrictions as miniatures. They may open doors. Haha. But once it comes into a view of one of the player characters, it must be revealed. But it can continue moving after it's revealed. However, the squares moved before has been revealed count goes against the alien's movement allowance. Yeah, but it can still attack. So, okay. So that's what we will do. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, open the door. And it instantly revealed over here. So that is a Gretchen, a space goblin. That's what a Gretchen is in this game. Let's go ahead and place one of these guys there. He's worth only 2 points. So he's been revealed, and the Gretchens are pretty weak, if I remember correctly, just like the goblins are pretty weak. So let's see. They have no armor. They move 8 squares. They fire 2 white dice, and they have 1 for hand-to-hand. So I think he's better off firing. Oh yeah, and since I opened the door, I guess technically this other one is revealed as well. Oh, that's a Chaos Space Marine. So he's worth 5 points. Okay, so he's going to attack, because I think you can do it in any order you want to. Just like in HeroQuest, Zargon can move all his monsters when he wants. So he's going to fire at the commander of the orc mob. With 2, he got 2. Wow. But he failed to overcome his armor, so he didn't do any damage. Okay. Chaos Space Marine, he just has a regular bolter. 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. You might as well just shoot at him. Because if they do a melee attack, yeah, it's powerful, but they have a chance of getting killed themselves because they both exchange blows. And he missed. Okay, so I've been playing it safe so far. All right. So these blip tokens over here can move. 1, 2, open the door. We gotta have a place to put everything. 2, 3, 4, 5. So he still can't be seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still can't be seen. Okay, so these guys can move these blips over here. 1, 2, opening the door. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Over here on the far board, this thing kind of blocks stuff a little bit. See, I should get one that's made out of plexiglass so it doesn't block anything. This is more trouble than it's worth. I don't know. I mean, it adds some decorative, background to it. I mean, it's got a cool design. I mean, look how it's got all that alien like malformation and damage on it. It's pretty cool looking. Got that extra sci-fi decoration. What this game really needs is some furniture. It needs some equipment scans and things like that. I don't know. I have so many ideas for homebrew rules, but you wanted to see me play, so here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so these guys are going to move 1, 2, open the door, 3, 4, 5. Can he see him? Maybe. Okay, we're just going to roll a die, so to decide, well, let's see. What are the odds, though, of a die? That's only 2 out of 6. Whereas 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if it's a 0, he can't see him. If it's any other number, he can see him. 0 can't see him. Okay, it's a 1, so he can see him. So we'll flip it over, and it's an android. That one's a little dusty. Yeah, I got a great deal on this from the guy who sold it to me. I think I've said that a million times. So thanks to him, he knows who he is over at Board Game Geek. So there's an android, and can the androids fire? Yes, because they've got these huge guns. They've got 3 white dice for firing, 2 red dice for hand-to-hand. Oh, they're really strong. They can move 4 squares, and they've got an armor value of 2. Okay, so he's revealed. Let's see how many to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So actually his turn is done unless he wants to shoot, which why not? He's going to fire with 3 white dice at that orc. Okay, so he got 3. Wow. And their armor rating, I'm going to say, is probably less than that. Yeah, they've only got 1. So this guy is dead. It's the first kill. So this guy, he got himself perished. So that's 1. Oh yeah, and that goes to the aliens pile over here. So 1 that he killed. So he collects them, and I think he gets 5 points because it's just a regular guy. And this is the android. Later, these would be known as Necrons, I guess, in Warhammer 40,000, but they look like Terminators to me. Like Terminators. Anyway. So yeah, so he just took and shot him right off the bat. Okay, what else can we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No one can see him. Let's see. 1, 2. Open the door. Let's get some of these doors out of here. 2. Of course, it's immediately revealed as another orc. We'll just, yeah, because I'm keeping track of it with the blip tokens. So there's an orc there. So all these orcs look the same. They just have a different melee weapon. Okay, so orc there. Flip this blip token over, and that's another Gretchen. Another space goblin. And they all just have like slightly different guns, and they're all dancing a jig. So it's right there. Okay. Okay, so he could just fire. I think he's going to fire at the heavy weapons guy, which you can't see, but trust me, he can definitely do it. So he's going to fire at him with 2 white dice. 0 and 0. He failed. He missed. Got excited, I guess. And the Gretchen, let's see, 1. Yeah, he's going to shoot at this other orc that's there. And he shoots with 2 because his melee attack is only 1. It's pretty weak. Just get these out of the way. 1. But his armor rating is 1. So he didn't kill him. Just ching. Okay. So now that is, I think, all the alien player can do. I'm going to go ahead and show you something. So the alien player, this is my rank when I start off, is the Chaos Renegade. That's the basic rank. Just like the Chaos Marine, or I mean the regular Space Marine character would be a Sergeant. Now, what was the Orc's rank? I don't know. Sergeant, I guess. Just call him a Sergeant. So just starts off. We haven't had any commander losses yet. But so far the alien player has, let's see, 5 points, and then the orc player has 9 points. Okay. So now it's back to the orc player's turn. And I can move these guys in any order. So I think the first order of business is to get rid of that space Chaos Marine over here. Chaos Space Marine. So the commander is going to turn his attention to him. So he could either... Yeah, I guess both of his attacks are the same. So he's going to shoot him with his plasma pistol. So that's 2 red dice. Okay, it's a 2 and a 0. So 2. And the armor rating on... I failed to break his armor, so he's still alive. I can still move, though. And I forgot to use my order. But I probably am going to need that order later on when I face the Dreadnought, if I get that far. So I can move 6 squares. I'm going to move, well, of course, if I move into that corridor, I'm going to reveal these guys. Of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to reveal themselves anyway. Yeah. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he flees. Of course, he can be shot through the doorway, so it's not that big a deal. 4. Okay, I'm going to move there instead. Okay, discretion is the better part of valor. All right, and these other orcs are going to try to do some stuff. So we've got, let's go with the plasma guy first. So can you shoot through the doorway and hit him? Yes, you can. So that's 2 red dice. At least the plasma pistol is kind of strong. 1. Well, that's not enough to break his armor, so he failed. Failed to kill the Chaos Space Marine. Should he like move to the side? I think he should try to get out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go into the corner and hide. Like that. And then next guy. Let's see. Oh, he's got to move into range to actually fire. So 1, 2, 3, and he's going to shoot. See, I'm so used to just running up and fighting like in Hero Quest, but in this game it's mostly projectile weapons. So he's going to attack with 2. Oh, I forgot to show you. 0. He missed. Okay, who's next? This guy. Technically, he can hit him already. He doesn't have to move to get into range. See, it's a clear line of sight. So he's going to roll. 2. Oh, but he doesn't break his armor because he's got 2. Okay, so he failed. Oh, so actually these guys are going to have a hard time because you would have to score 2 2s or a 2 and a 1. Yeah, it's pretty unlikely to happen. Okay. So the next guy, I guess, can hit him already. And he's going to fire at the Chaos Space Marine again. Of course, or maybe he should try to take out the Gretchen. Because the Gretchen, I mean, there's like 2 targets. Okay, try to take out the Gretchen because he doesn't have any armor. So if I score any hits, he's dead. And I missed if I score any hits. Okay, well, that was a disaster for those guys. Okay, so my other squad. And see, there's going to be a while before they get over there. Of course, there's no blip token, so I know these rooms are empty. So I could make a run for it, but then I'd have to pass through these guys here. So, see, is there any benefit to meleeing the Chaos Marine? Of course, he's got a chance to kill me as well. This orc is going to step back. 1. Oh, but he's going to be in range no matter what he does. He's going to fire 2 at the Chaos Space Marine. 1 failed to break his armor. Okay. This guy, this is the mech again. So he's got the plasma pistol. So he's going to target the heavy weapons Chaos Space Marine with his 2 red dice. Am I doing that right? Heavy plasma gun. That's two red dice. And 2 white dice. I forgot. 2 red and 2 white. So it's like the strongest thing I've got in this game. Okay, so that's 0, 0, 0, and 1. Wow. Failed. Failed to break the armor. Okay, so the mech, he let us down. So I can still move him out of the way. 1, 2. Oh, but he's going to be in range of the android. Let's see, who's more dangerous? The android. Android has 3. Chaos Marine has 2. Yeah, I guess he's better off taking his chances here. But if he doesn't get out of the way, okay, so darn. All right, next the guy with the bolt pistol. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, he can't get around him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he could go into this corner. 5. Okay, so he's going to shoot across the room at the Chaos Space Marine with 2, because he's just got a bolter. Cockeyed. Still 0. Okay, he failed. Gosh, this game is a little harder than I thought. Okay, and now the guy with the assault cannon. So he could go into the room and just start wreaking havoc. So he only gets 4 squares though. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to be in range of melee. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because he can move diagonally. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Now can he shoot 2 guys without hitting that guy? He's going to hit his own men. Let me just double check the book here. Because I know some of these guns you can hit your own men by mistake. Friendly fire. So auto cannon. Or I'm sorry, not auto cannon, assault cannon. So the assault cannon is like the chain gun bolter. Line of sight. 2 heavy weapons dice. Scores a total of whatever. He may therefore split these points amongst the visible aliens in one of 4 possible ways. So it sounds like he can just make sure all the points hit the aliens instead of his fellow orc there. So, whoops, let's roll 2 red dice, 2 heavy combat dice. This red background, 4. Wow. Finally a good roll for me. Me, and me. So he gets 4. So he can distribute them 2 and 2, but then that means he won't kill them because they've got 2 armor. So I guess he's going to do 3 at the heavy weapons guy and eliminate him because he's the biggest threat. And then he's just going to hit 1 that'll harmlessly plink off that guy's armor. So, okay. So he killed this guy. And I get to collect 10 points for that. Okay. And that guy survived. Okay. Sorry to blow in the microphone there. So that guy, boom. Okay, so that's the end of the orc turn. So now the alien player gets to go, which means that I got to draw an alien event card. So what's it going to be? Redeploy. You may place up to 3 blip tokens onto a board that has been scanned. These tokens may be taken from elsewhere on the board. The normal rules apply as to where these tokens be placed. Okay, so I get to take 3 from somewhere else on the board. So technically these little piles won't count because I haven't put those down yet. Those are just when those boards get scanned. So I've got 1, 2, 3 over there that I can move over here. Otherwise I've just got 1. So yeah, I'm going to take these 2 because I'm really trying on both sides to do my best against the other. We'll take that one. So we've got these 3 and I get to put them over here somewhere. So let's say that's out of sight. Strategically. Now, even though this doorway is here, you haven't scanned this room, I guess, because otherwise you'd scan the entire board like all at once. So I can only put them in this quadrant. Yeah, sorry to put all the action over here where you can't see it as well. Yeah, I'm just going to not waste time. I'll just put 1, 2, 3. So just put them in that corridor there. And does it say I get to move them? Place up to 3 blip tokens onto a board has been scanned. Okay, it doesn't say I can do anything else with it, but I still get to move my blip tokens. So technically, I can start moving them. So let's see. 1, I get to turn this one over. That's a Gretchen. So we'll place a Gretchen on the board here. See, we need some like Flash Gordon noise or something in the background, some space music. But get a copyright strike. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot. He didn't move his full movement. Well, anyway, whatever. It's a space orc. Let's say this. Yeah, that guy is gonna move to the side here. Let's say, and then he moved, so that's an orc. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it over, and it's a Chaos Space Marine with a bolter. And once he's revealed, he can do the rest of his movement if he has any left. 6. So he could move 1 more square. Which, you know what? I think I will. No, I won't. Just kidding. Okay, so he's staying there. And then 1, let's see. Yeah, because that android can still move. 1, 2, 3. It's in sight, and it's another Gretchen. So that room is getting really crowded. So in this corridor, we've got 2 Gretchens, an orc, a Chaos Space Marine, an android, And then in this room over here, we've got an orc and a Gretchen. My two orcs are stuck in the hallway. And in this room, in this corner here, there's still a Chaos Space Marine and two of my orcs, one of them who's got a assault cannon. Okay, so I moved all those guys. I didn't move the android yet. He gets 4 squares. Oops. So he's going to go 1, 2. Let's see. He does a melee. Oh, he has a strong hand-to-hand attack. 4. So he's going to do his 2 heavy strike against that orc there. So he rolls his 2 red combat dice. And he missed. Wow. Lucky for the orc. You know, they say machinery like malfunctions around orcs, or no, it works around orcs. So whatever. So he missed. And this Chaos Space Marine can, well, he's probably going to want to fire at the assault cannon guy. So he's going to fire with his 2. Surprised he only rolls 2, but yeah. They're big and slow. Okay, so he missed. And he's in a pretty good spot. There's no reason for him to move, really, because they don't have to move their full movement if they don't want to. So now back to here. Let me just raise this up. Aim the camera so you can see. Okay, so I get to move this blip token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to maximize movement. Well, yeah, and it was revealed already. Another Gretchen. So that one has a little bit of damage on it, but I know what it is. Gretchens are still worth the same amount of points. So every enemy is worth the same amount based on the token. So he's there. He gets to fire. Who's he going to fire at? I think he should probably, well, he can hit any 3 of these guys. So let's just say the first guy with the top knot, he's going to shoot at him. Shoot at this guy. So he gets his 2. And he got a 2. Wow. But it's equal to his armor. He didn't kill him. Okay. Interesting so far. Wow. So this is Space Crusade. Interesting. Okay. So that was the end of the alien's turn. Now because the alien on higher ranks, he can hold on to some of those alien event cards, whereas at Chaos Renegade first rank, he just gets to draw the 1, really. I don't really have anything else I can do. Okay. So let's start with the commander once again. So is he going to issue any orders? You know, I forgot something. With the hand-to-hand combat, these guys get 1 light weapons die in hand-to-hand combat. So if somebody was trying to tell me that, sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so next time we do hand-to-hand combat, they get to roll another white one. Really. But what situation did that ever come up? Okay, there was that one guy that got killed. Yeah, I can't remember. Well, maybe his pistol was, jammed or something. Because he could roll 1 more die to see if he survived. He wouldn't have made it. He would have died anyway. Okay. So, but yeah, I just got to remember that bolt pistols. See, the problem is when you got cards, you got to keep them turned up. I'm just not familiar enough with the game. Okay, so got custom weapon, bolt pistols. Okay, so I could issue this order, this Daka Daka. I presume it only works for 1 turn, though. It doesn't work for the whole game. So I think we've got a little delay in the stream. Sorry about that, folks. A little bit of a delay. I'm going to try just refreshing it here. Yeah, well, that's okay. I could have pre-recorded this whole game, but I wanted to do it live. You know, just like Bill O'Reilly, do it live. Or Ron Mower, great guy on YouTube. Check him out, Ron Mower. Okay, so Daka Daka, so they can fire twice. Well, that'd be overkill just taking out these two Gretchens, even though there's a Chaos Space Marine. See, I'm gonna need it for later, so I'm just gonna hang on to it. Okay, so instead, let's see, the commander should move into position. Let's see, 1, 2, or 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. And then fire at the Chaos Space Marine with his plasma pistol. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 4 squares away. It's not 12 or 13. And he got a 4. Yeah, he definitely blew him away. So that Chaos Space Marine has been torched. And that's 5 more points for the Orc, the Blood Axe clan. So I only got 5 for that one. The other Chaos Space Marine was a heavy weapons guy, so he gave me 10. Yeah, don't count your points till you're done. You're ready to cash in your chips. Okay, so that was a successful attack. And let's see. Next, we're gonna say, let's just get my bolter guy up. 1, 2, 3. Shoot at the Gretchen. You can barely see these guys. Okay, so he's gonna fire at him. And so that means 2 white dice. Bolter, 0, he missed. Okay. Next. 1. You can just shoot across the hallway through the doorway. All right. Or wait a minute. Yeah, he can shoot right through the door. It's like he just like matrixes out of the way. It's just they've got more dynamic poses. That's why. So yeah, he fires at him. So 2 white dice. Missed. Wow, he sucks. Okay, so then this guy behind him is going to go 1, 2, 3. Still in range to fire. So he's going to fire at him. Actually, let me just adjust this a little bit here. Get a better view. Kind of see what's going on. There, you can kind of get a better view of the action. See, now if I was like the Wachowskis and I had like cameras like all around the board, like pointed at every possible angle, but wouldn't that be cool? Anyway, okay, so I just got to remember I've got those. Bolt pistols. Yeah, so I should be a little more confident when I'm doing the melee combat with the Orc boys, because technically they've got 3. So really I shouldn't be afraid to do the melee combat. So, but yeah, anyway, so he's gonna fire. We'll just remember that next time. Missed. All right. Now I've got one more guy. I've got his plasma pistol. So he can either do 2 red or 3 white. 2 red is probably still better. So 1, 2. Just gonna fire right over that guy's shoulder. It's like, do you mind? Just gonna put it right in the crook of his arm and fire with his 2 red. Missed. Wow. Darn. Okay. Those are the breaks. So now we're going to go back into our unseen quarter of the board. I guess I could have tried to put the clip on this side, but I don't know. It still would have been hard to see. I just need one more camera is what I need, and a bigger table, and more lighting. Yep, we can all dream. Okay, so we've got a mess on our hands over here. Man, there's so many enemies. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to start cleaning house. So I could attack the android, but the thing is, the android attacks with 2 red in melee. He's super powerful, so it's a big risk to take. Of course, if he doesn't, he's going to be in trouble anyway. Okay. 1. Oh, yeah. He can try to take out the orc. 2. So he's going to try to take out this orc that's in the doorway with his 3, because he's using his bolt pistol. Because it says you may roll 1 extra light weapon die in hand-to-hand combat. So it's 3 instead of 2. And he got 3 zeros. Wow, he failed. And that's a hand-to-hand attack. So the other guy gets to, I think he gets to take a swing at him as well. So he could kill him, but he misses as well. So they both swung and missed. Okay, so that's that guy. This guy, I'm losing track here. Okay. So he fired and missed. And we've got this guy in the room. Should he attack the Chaos Space Marine? Or should he try to attack the android? I think the android's a bigger threat. I mean, all the enemies only have 1 life point, but still. So I guess he's going to, because we can't deliberate forever. We're just going to say, let's see, this Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine only rolls 2. So actually he could melee the Space Marine. What the heck? 1, he's going to attack him with his 3. Four. Wow. Awesome. Okay, so he has to roll in response still. And he got 1. Yeah, so I got 3 more, and his armor rating is only 2, and so I went above that, and so I killed him. That's how you got to calculate it. So killed that Space Marine, and I've got another 5 points to add to my total. Okay, and he can still move. So let's say, but he's going to move right into danger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. Okay, and now those 2 guys have heated his attack. Okay, so I think this guy with the assault cannon, he can still move. He doesn't just move or attack, I'm pretty sure. Let me just make sure I'm not doing this wrong. Heavy weapons. Each has a special way of firing. All heavy weapons affect an area, may therefore hit more than 1 target. Doesn't say they can't move and fire or fire and then move. Yeah, okay. So the assault cannon guy moved into position, and really he can only hit, oh wait a minute, he's not in the right spot. So we'll just say he moved here so that he can hit him. I'm pretty sure he can hit him. Let's see. Straight line, straight in the doorway. Okay, fine. We'll say he moved here. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah. So now he can for sure hit him from there in that corner. So he's going to shoot him with his 2 red. Oh, he missed. 2 zeros. That wasn't a 2, it was a 0, I assure you. Okay. Well, I guess if they lose, they were still a bunch of orcs that died, but they were good guy orcs. They were on our side. Well, can't give up yet. Okay, so he failed in his attack there. So now it is the alien player once again. Don't have any blip tokens to move, and we're just going to deal not from the bottom of the deck, but from the top of the alien event deck. Let's see, we'll just do that like that. So that, ooh, Lure of Chaos. Okay, so choose one Marine miniature or orc, not a commander, and roll one heavy weapons die. If you roll a 3, replace the figure with a Chaos Space Marine if available. Choose one. Okay, not the commander. Okay, who should we pick? His most trusted lieutenant betrays him. Oh, the drama of it all. Okay, I'm going to say this guy over here. Let me just point the camera at him. That guy with the red podlon. So we're going to roll it, and if it's a 3, he succumbs to the Lure of Chaos. Oh, it's a 3. So he succumbs to Lure of Chaos, and somehow they give him the Chaos Marine armor and everything right on the spot. So now is that guy considered dead? Does he lose points? He's not dead though. Replace the figure with a Chaos Space Marine. See, I don't know. The rules are unclear. Does the alien player get those points as if he killed him or not? Of course, if I kill him, I'd get the points back, you would think, right? Maybe. Of course, I'd get, well, but there's no blip token, so if I kill him, I don't get anything. That would be kind of unfair. I'm just going to say he's just gone. I just didn't lose any points. He just succumbed to chaos. So we'll just put him over there, just so we know that he wasn't killed. He was actually transformed into a Chaos Space Marine, Chaos Space Orc. So that's pretty scary. Okay, so that's the start of my turn. So now I might as well use him. So he's going to attack with 2. I guess he didn't get any stronger. In fact, his stats are exactly the same, actually. So there he is, sneaking up. Hey, boss, remember me? Remember that time you passed me over for promotion? Well, guess what? Payback time. Okay, so we're going to roll for attack. Oh, but he's going to melee him. So he's going to try to melee the boss. That's how much he hates his boss. Oh, and he missed. Just kidding, boss. There's no just kidding here. So he's going to have to strike back with his 2 red. There's no choice in the matter. It's just what honor dictates. 1. Okay, but it just pings off his armor because he's got 2. Okay, so after that dramatic turn of events, we've got the Gretchen. So this Gretchen is going to turn and fire at the orc in front of him with 2. Swing the old camera around. Missed. There's a lot of misses. Okay, the other Gretchen is going to fire at this orc here. And he gets a 1. Okay, but his armor is 2, so it didn't do anything. Just bounced off of his armor, his space armor. Okay, so I've done the guys in this quadrant here. So we'll go back over here, and we've got our android once more. The android is really powerful in melee. 2 red versus firing with 3 white. So he's going to move forward, and he's going to try to melee that orc right there. Target of opportunity. I guess I could have gone for, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm just going to commit to it. It's like, okay. That's what the companion app Zargon would do. Just attack the nearest enemy. It's not as strategic, so I probably made a mistake there, but whatever. We'll just kill them all off. Okay. 0. Oh, he failed. And I get to roll 3 in response. The orc gets to roll 3 melee. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and we should be back. Back again. Okay, so we are continuing the stream. I just thought maybe I would clear things up a little bit. So if there is a slight delay, I apologize. We're just going to keep on going best we can. Just going to see if I can speed things up at all. Yeah, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Let's see, are we live? We should be live. Well, anyway, we'll just forge ahead. Okay, so we've got our orcs in the corner here. Sorry, let me just get a drink of water here. It is kind of hot and dry where I am, which may be the reason why I'm having some system issues. Okay, so this orc is going to fire at the Gretchen. So he fires with 2 light combat dice, and he got 0, so he failed. This other orc is going to fire at him now. Same stuff with his bolt pistol. Failed. Okay. Now the guy with the plasma pistol, I think he's going to move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And shoot him from here. And he's going to shoot with 2 red heavy dice because it's a plasma pistol. And he got a 2. And since the Gretchen has no armor, I mean, he can only roll 1. He's not going to make it. Oh, he got a 2. So technically, it's a stalemate, right? 2 and 2, because it's like whoever gets higher is the one that scores. So he lucked out. Wait, what am I saying? I did it again. It's not a melee attack. So no, he didn't get to do that at all. Forget it. So I've done that twice now. I get confused because there's a totally different procedure for melee versus firing. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm probably going to do that a couple more times before I get it down. Okay, so no. The Gretchen had no chance. Sorry, little dude. You had no chance. So he has no armor, 0. 2 is going to destroy him. So he is vaporized. And that's 2 points for the Orc clan. Okay. So I've done all that in that quadrant. Now we're going to move over to this crowded quadrant. I need to get those orcs out of there is what I need to do. But the guy with the heavy assault cannon, he could technically shoot and hit multiple targets, but I think I'm going to need to move some of my guys out of the way. So I'm going to say, man, it's tough. Okay, he's got a heavy plasma gun. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm strategizing here. Well, I guess it's not going to make that much of a difference. We could get on the other side of him. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. I think you can squeeze between them. Yes. Okay, so this guy with the plasma pistol. Well, no, not the plasma pistol. It's because of the combi weapon. He's got the custom weapon. He's got a heavy plasma gun instead of just a bolt pistol like he's got there. So he's going to move through his orc friend, 1, 2, and he's going to squeeze past these 2 here. 3, 4, and now he's going to shoot down the line. He's going to shoot down the line because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's all the way down. And it's a heavy plasma gun. So where did I put that reference sheet? There it is. Okay. So if it's considered a heavy plasma gun, it's 2 red and 2 white. And it goes through the targets and it just hits each one in turn. So 2 red, 2 white. Now if he totally misses, I'm going to laugh. Haha. Oh, I didn't roll that one in there. Okay, 4. So we got a 4, 3, and a 1. The one that went outside the box, I re-rolled it, 0 still. Okay, so we got 4. So this first guy in the row is Gretchen. He has no armor, so he's dead. So that's 1. So there's 3 left. So I got 2 points there. 3 left. Second one, he has no armor, so 2 left. I think I'm doing this right. 2 left. So there's 2 more hits of damage against the android. But I'm guessing the android, since he has 3, no. His armor is only 2. Ah, so I hit him. And he's only got 1 life point. So 1, so he's dead. I killed the android. Yes. Okay, so that's 10. So I got him out of the way. So he's killed. Crumbles to pieces. Okay, and there's 1 more hit of damage from that heavy plasma gun. So he's got this huge, like, tank weapon type of thing. And so there's 1 more hit left. And so could it hit the Chaos Space Marine? But he's got 2 armor, so no, it would just bounce off. It wouldn't kill him. Okay, so I took out 3 enemies there. So that was incredibly powerful. So yeah, you just line them up and shoot them all down. But see, in the course of the game, there's so many things to worry about. Like, I mean, it'd be hard to keep that in mind. Hard to anticipate it. So turns could take a while. So we did that, and he's not going to be able to do anything more. Now the second guy can move still, or he could fire. He could fire at the orc, or he could move in and attack him. Yeah, he's just going to move in and attack him. 1. I don't think I'm not getting tired already. Because I mean, the night is young. It's only 7:46 here. Only been on an hour and 45 minutes barely. Okay, so he's attacking with 3 because he's meleeing. Okay, I got to remember what I'm doing here. Okay, 4. Wow, okay. So the orc in response is going to roll 2. And he only rolled 1, so he's dead. So I killed the orc. Makes me think of, if anybody remembers Warcraft 2, Orcs and Humans. Or no, that was Warcraft 1. Warcraft 2 was Beyond the Dark Portal, or just Age of Chaos. I forget what it was called. It was Warcraft 2, but yeah, when you killed the orcs, they'd be like, there'd just be blood everywhere. It was a real-time strategy game. That was back when I liked Warcraft. Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 on the PC. Great games. A lot of fun. Simple RTS, humor. And that's more what I think of when I think of orcs. I mean, because I hadn't read Lord of the Rings at that time. The movies weren't out. So, I mean, I knew about The Hobbit, of course, and Warcraft. So I still kind of think of orcs that way. But yeah, check those games out sometime. They're a lot of fun. I guess Warcraft 3 had a bunch of graphical updates that they kind of forced on everybody, which was kind of annoying. I mean, people should be able to play the classic game, but I guess you can just play it offline. Just unhook your internet connection and just play it without any updates being forced on you. Okay, so that, just basking in the victory of all that. We've still got a situation here with the... Okay, the autocannon guy could shoot multiple targets. 1, 2. He could hit the Gretchen and he could hit the Chaos Warrior from here. So he's going to roll his dice for his assault cannon, which I keep wanting to call an autocannon. It's 2 red. Gets 2. And so it just pings off the armor. It would just ping off the armor of the Chaos. But could I apply the 2 to the Gretchen and just kill him? Because he's only got, I mean, he has no armor. So I think you can do that. You just say, okay, it kills him, but then it doesn't do anything to him. Okay, so I killed the Gretchen. No. You wonder what his name was. You know what lies or threats, took him so far from home. Was he really evil, or war will make corpses of us all. So it's kind of somber thought. All right. So we did that. And now we've got this other orc here with just a regular bolter. It's a risk. Of course, he's stronger than the Chaos Warrior now with his bolt pistol. So 1, 2. He's going to attack him with 3. Oh, he missed. Well, and the Chaos Marine is going to attack him back. He gets a 2. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's dead. He's dead. He got shish kebabbed with the bayonet. So that's 2 of those guys killed there. Yeah, because I think I'm going to basically have to treat the scoring similar to the Eldar attack because there's so many more of these guys. I think it's basically 10 for a commander, 10 for heavy weapons, and then 5 for like a regular orc boys. Okay, so yeah, took another orc out. It was his own fault. I mean, he started the fight. Okay, so back over to here. So we've got the Chaos Space Marine. He's going to shoot at the knob, shoot at the Orc Commander with 2. Did I forget to draw a card? I think I did. No. Okay, so sorry folks, I'm getting confused. All right, so because the bad guys can fight during the melee, so it's still the orcs' turn. See the orcs, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so it is the alien's turn. I'm sorry. So no, I didn't forget to draw the card. The card is the first thing you do. First thing the alien player does. See, the more you give a player to do, the more it can be confused. I just thought, hey, it's a game for 10-year-olds. I can handle it, right? Except I'm taking on the role of like, a bunch of 10-year-olds instead of just one. Okay, so alien event card. Let's see what it is. Alien Task Force. Mix up the unused reinforcement tokens, because I don't get any this mission. And then pick 2 at random to add to your reinforcement pool. Well, since I don't have any, I guess I get some. I'm just going by what the card says. So I get 2 reinforcement tokens at random. So I think they're still in the bag because I didn't even take them out because they're not used this mission. I mean, you could say, well, you shouldn't get to use them, but what the heck? I'm just going to see what they are. So here's the bag. I'm just going to have to reach into the bag. Just get 2. Oh, but no, it's not going to make any difference because the only way you can use reinforcements... Yeah, never mind. We're just going to disregard this. We'll just draw another card. Because I was going to say there'd be nothing I could do with these. Because really, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put them on the map. And since this map has no designations for where they should be, it's not too much of a spoiler to show you the map there. See, normally there'd be like an R in the corner or something that would show you where they go. So it would do me no good to have more reinforcements. So we'll just we'll just ignore that. That's what happens when you have rules that you can't use. Okay, so we'll just draw another card. We'll just say that first one didn't happen. Now the only other thing is if I get to the end of these cards and they haven't accomplished their mission, the alien wins. So the game is over. Of course, there's many more turns for that to happen. And I haven't added any special cards to this, but we'll just draw another one. So I'm one step closer to winning or losing. Okay, communications malfunction. Play on one of the Marine players or the Orc player. That player may not use any order cards on his next turn. Okay, well, I wasn't going to anyway, but okay, so I can't use an order card. Just have to remember that. That's an order, not equipment. Equipment is different. Equipment you can always use. Just going to grab another lozenge here because it is dry. Hope everybody's having a good night so far here on the HeroQuest fans stream. HeroQuest and fans of other games too, like Battle Masters and Space Crusade. I think that's really the only other games I'm going to add. Any other games are going to be just related games, like maybe the HeroQuest PC game or some of Lurchbrick's homebrew HeroQuest and Battle Masters and Space Crusade games, or Space Crusade PC game, that sort of thing. But the board games are, for me, where it's at. Okay, but I got to learn the basic game first. Okay, so we did that. Now the bad guys can start attacking. So this Chaos Space Marine is going to fire at the commander with his 2 white dice. And he gets a 1. And, oh yeah, it wasn't enough to break his armor because his armor's 3. So, failed there. Gee, maybe he should get out of here. Let's see. He can move up to 6 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He can move just out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to move into the next room. So he's behind the door. He just slipped in like that. Yes, they can go through the door. Unlike in HeroQuest, you'd have to make see, they're like 2 squares wide, these doorways. Okay. And so on the other quadrants of the board where most of my monsters are, actually there's only 2 left. So the Chaos Space Marine on this side is going to shoot at the heavy weapons guy again. Try to kill him. This time, try to take him out. He got 0 and 0. So he failed. But he can still move if he wants to. So let's see. Oh, but if he can't move into a line because then he can be shot by the heavy plasma gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he moved way over there. I don't know, you can't see very well. This orc is going to move 1, and he's going to shoot through the doorway at the heavy weapons orc. I don't know if you're just listening to this, you're like, okay, the orc fired at the orc killed the orc fired at the other orc. What the heck is going on? Those are two zeros, so he failed. So we've got the Blood Axes clan orc mob taking the place of the Space Marines, assaulting the Space Hulk in this game of Space Crusade, and the enemy, the alien player, controls all the other monsters. So I guess you'd call them Chaos Orcs and Gretchens and Androids and Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, and a Dreadnought somewhere, which we haven't gotten to yet, but we've almost cleared 2 sections. Okay, so that's all the alien player can do, really. Now we're back to the, okay, so I can't issue any orders on the orc player's turn, but he can move his commander 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? He's going to try to melee that that hapless Gretchen there, because really, I mean, what kind of a chance does he stand? 2 red, and he missed. Wow. And the Gretchen is going to roll 1 in return. He gets a 1. Oh, but his armor's 3, so it does no damage. Okay. Interesting. All right. Now this other orc is going to move forward and try to melee the Gretchen. Poor guy. When he got out of bed this morning, did he know it was going to be like this? Missed. Completely missed. That's his name, Mr. Completely, right? Okay, so now the Gretchen gets to return fire, return fists, and he misses as well. So they're just swinging wildly at each other. And now there's nothing for this other guy to do, because that was not a very good tactic that I just did. Oh wait, no, I can move him 1, 2, 3. He still has a clear line of sight. Let me show you that he has a clear line of sight. I don't have my little Warhammer stick, but I assure you, right there, he can hit him, and just because his axe is in the way, just move that aside. So he shoots at him with 2, and he gets him. He lowered his arms like bam, ah, and even though you can't see it because it's kind of ripped off, it's a 2 because they're all 2s. So that's 2 more points for the pile. So I'm doing pretty well. But of course, you know, the human, I keep wanting to say the human player, the Space Marine, or I guess in this case the Orc player, like every one of your guys that you lose is a big loss. Whereas the alien player has got so many monsters, it's like he can lose a lot of them and still win, theoretically. Okay, so we did that. Now this guy could move, I guess, or he moved already to move into position. I'm just going to say he's already done. These guys over in this other quadrant. So the autocannon guy, let's see, can he move? 1, 2, 3. I was thinking I could maneuver him into position to shoot these 2 guys. Oh, one other rule is that when you go into the docking clause, you're safe. No one can attack or be attacked when you're in there. So you can't like use it as a sniper nest to take people out. It just doesn't work. It's kind of like the staircase in Hero Quest. It's like a safe place. You're like leaving the quest when you go out there, or leaving the mission. So I'm just going to go ahead and move him 1, 2. Yeah, he can't reach the Space Marine anyway, so he's just going to shoot his assault cannon at the orc. So that's 2 red. Okay, 2 zeros, so he failed. This other orc is going to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and he's going to shoot at the Chaos Space Marine. Originally I was going to melee the other guy, but no. Shoot at the Chaos Space Marine. Failed. Okay. Other orc. The orc in the room, the guy that has the plasma. It looks like a bolt pistol, but it functions as a heavy plasma gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. He does have a clear line of sight to the Chaos Space Marine. You can barely see, but he does have a clear line of sight to him. And he's going to fire, and so that's 2 red and 2 white. Again, the strongest weapon that I've got, all based on a card. Which, to be fair, I got to draw. It's like, why would you not take that card? Of course, if that guy got killed, you'd really be out. A gunner. So I got 3. His armor is it 2 or is it 3? I always forget. His armor's only 2. He's dead. So I just blew away another Chaos Space Marine. There we go. Get him on camera. So long. It's another 5 points to the pot. Okay, but that orc is still there. Well, I guess that's my problem. Okay, alien player. So let's get the alien event deck out again. Now, if we had actual multiple people playing at once, this would go a lot quicker. It's like the more you give any individual player to do, the longer their turn is going to take. That's just the way it is. Because they could be thinking about their turn and everything and ready to go. But okay, so we're going to draw alien event card. Let's get it on camera. There's just a slight delay. Ever so slight. Alien Elite. You may pick any one alien miniature on the board. That miniature may then be used twice this turn. Well, since there's only one, this orc is now an elite. Yep. Okay. So he can take 2 turns, essentially. So he can move, fire, or whatever. Okay, so his first order business, he is going to, he's got 2 targets of opportunity. I guess he's going to shoot at the heavy guy first with his bolt pistol. He got a 2. Wow. Oh, but it pings off his armor. Because he's got an armor. Oh, no. No. I'm wrong. Oh, man. I think I've been playing this wrong. Because I've been thinking of the orcs all as having armor of 2. But actually, they have armor of 1. Okay. Well, it was my first game, so he's got an armor of 1, which means he's dead. So, sorry, buddy. You are gone. So there goes my heavy weapon. That's 10 points for the alien player. Yeah, all the orcs have 1 except for the knob, who has 3, because he's got the power armor. So why did I think they had 2? There's no cards that do that. I guess I just was confused about how it works. So yeah, some of these guys should have died that didn't. Whoops. Well, good thing I was playing against myself, so like accuse myself of cheating. Yeah, too much stuff to keep track of. Okay. Anyway, moving on. That's how it goes. Hopefully it's still somewhat entertaining for you, somewhat a learning experience of how to play the game. So just keep track of the armor classes D&D, armor rating of each of these guys, each of your characters. And I gave myself a challenge. I gave myself 10 characters to manage. Okay. So he did that, and he still has a turn left, so he can move, and now he can still attack and move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to fire. And remember, he only has 1 armor. He's going to fire at the guy that's got the custom weapon. Okay, he scored a 1. Okay, 1 is equal to 1, so it pinged off his armor. It didn't do anything. Phew. Now that I have to pay attention to it. Okay, so that's the end of the alien player's turn. So now, let's get back to the orc commander. I always start with him. Actually, let's raise this up. Okay, Orc Commander. So we've got rooms. I opened that door. Oh yeah, because I teleported those guys away. There's really no reason to explore those rooms because I know what's in there. There's nothing. I think later on I'm going to add a homebrew rule and say that you can search for equipment, search for useful equipment, kind of like searching for treasure. But since I didn't establish it at the beginning of this game, we're not gonna do it. Okay, so really I should just advance on and try to explore the other quadrants. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 5. Oh, I forgot about this guy was so well hidden. I forgot about him. Okay, let's retract that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could have made that Chaos Warrior an elite this whole time. So he was hidden behind the wall. Sorry about that, folks. Fooled myself. So you can laugh at all my noob mistakes. So that guy could have been an elite and had 2 turns. He could have done a whole bunch of stuff. But actually, he's not that much stronger than the orc when it comes to shooting. So, you know. Okay, so he gets to do something. Let's just say that the commander didn't move, so he's going to go 1, and he's going to shoot at the orc commander with 2 here. And he got a 2. His armor is 3, so it didn't do anything. Okay, now he's going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to shoot at him through the doorway. See, now if I'd taken the doorways down, I would have seen the hidden Chaos Space Marine. So he's going to shoot with his plasma pistol, which is 2. And he got 2 zeros, so that's nothing. Okay, next we've got other orcs here. So that orc can shoot right through the doorway with 2 white, 2 light combat dice. That's cockeyed, so that's 2, and roll again. Okay, so 2, and his armor is 2, so it does nothing. This guy is going to go in 1, 2, 3, 4. There, now you can see it. 4, and he's going to shoot. Now, if we were really playing this interactively, you know, it would take 4 times as long because everybody would have to, or 3 times as long, everybody would have to confirm, okay, I'm really on this square and so forth. Okay, so 2. He has an armor rating of 2, so it doesn't kill him. See, I must have been thinking the orcs were Chaos Warriors or something because the one guy turned into one. It's like we can't convert him back. We can't lure him back to the less bad side, the less evil side. Just had to take a swig of water there. Cheers, Dead Gamer. Okay, so now we've got this orc over here. He could do something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he does have a clear line of sight to the target. He can shoot through the doorway at him. It's 2 combat dice. He missed again. So getting zeros is pretty common with those white dice. Turns out it's most of the options on the dice there. Okay, so these orcs have all moved and shot. Excuse me, and then we've got this. Let's say the orc with the bolt pistol is going to fire first. at this enemy orc over here. So shooting at him with 2 white. Missed. Okay, so the guy with the heavy plasma gun is going to have to go forward and fire. Did he move? No, he didn't move. He's just going to have to fire. He gets 2 red and 2 white because that's treated as a heavy plasma gun. This custom weapon. That's this card here, this drafted card. That's what he's using. Okay, so he gets 2. That's a 2. And his armor is, yeah, because the enemy orcs and your orcs are the same. Armor of 1. Maybe I just thought mine were stronger, but no, they're the same. So he's killed, and that's 3 more points for me. So we're getting quite a pile of monsters there. Okay, now we're going to say he's got movement left, or he's got movement to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So he's made it into that board. I've got to do a scan, automatic scan of the board. Let's just drag this here so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so he's entered here, and he scans automatically. So now that means I get to put my blip tokens out. So say there's 2 here. I'm like spacing them out now because I know that this guy's got the plasma weapon that can shoot through crowds. 2 there. I just got to remember to actually look over the wall and see them because I can see it on the camera. 5, 6, and I got 2 more for the last room. 7, 8. So I still got blip tokens left. And spoiler, I mean, you can see how many I've got because that's just a stack right there that I haven't actually placed anywhere. That's just a stack because nobody has entered this section of the board yet from the orc team. Okay, so that's the end of my movement for the orc there. These guys failed in their attempts, so now it's the alien player's turn. But yeah, you can watch the recording back and go, oh, I made all these mistakes. Maybe I'll watch myself and go, oops, that shouldn't have happened. So for all I know, several of my orcs got killed, and maybe it could have been worse. But on the other hand, it's like when you're playing Hero Quest, if Zargon misses something, I mean, it's too darn bad, right? You know, he should have noticed. Now, if he was just letting somebody cheat, well, yeah, you may have problems on your hands. Have somebody else be the GM next time. Whoops. Okay, so we're drawing an alien event card. The alien player's beginning of his turn. Weapons jammed. Play on one of the marine players, or the orc player. That player may not fire any heavy weapons in his next turn. Okay, well, I've only got 2 heavy weapons. Well, wait a minute. Are the orc knob weapons considered heavy? No, I guess they're really not. So, and the guy with the custom weapon still gets to move. Wait a second. Let's see, I'm cheating again. I was just thinking of that. You get to move. Okay. As a heavy plasma, in which case he can't move in the same turn. Okay, so actually, since he fired, he wasn't able to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we just assume that these, I've already put him down though. Well, that's where I'm going to put him, so whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, too many rules to follow. Okay, so my own fault. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, I just got to keep in mind that, yeah, he can't move and fire in that case. Did he cheat the other? I don't think he cheated the other time. But yeah, if you re-roll the tape, he might have attacked and then moved. But that's only in the case for that character. Okay, so it's still the alien player's turn. boom, boom, boom. But these blip tokens aren't there. So we're just going to, I already put them out. I'm just not going to move them yet because technically they're not there yet. Because it's like when you get to the board, they get revealed and then you get to move them. So really, all I've got to do on this turn is move my Chaos Space Marine. Sorry for forgetting about you there, buddy. Okay, so he's going to shoot at the commander once again with his 2 light combat dice, and he gets 0. He gets nothing. So he's going to retreat some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he can open doors. So he's going to open that door. 5, 6. So he's way the heck over there now. He's like, come and get some. He's going to lure them into that side of the board. Okay, so that's really all the alien can do. So now we're going to work back to the orc team, the orc mob, and our weapons are jammed because of this card. So we can't fire any heavy weapons. So do we have any heavy weapons? Well, technically we have a heavy plasma gun, this guy here on the left side. So we're going to say he can't fire, but he can still move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and it reveals everything that he normally would have. And nothing's in sight because there's walls. The white lines are walls. So those are separated out. So we're going to just leave them there. And then this guy's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No change there. These guys over here are going to, because I didn't move the commander first this time, so he's going to pursue. 1, 2. Now we got to automatically scan this part of the board. So we're just going to shift things a little bit. You can see all the carnage over here. He's going to go in, and so now I get to put the last of my blip tokens down. Whoops. Oh, you saw that. That was the last one. Darn it. Okay, well, you're not going to see where I put it, though. So I put it at the bottom of the stack. That was my mistake. You know, that could happen in a game. And you accidentally drop it, and it's like, whoops. Okay, so we're going to put 1, 2. We're going to put 1, 2. Put 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm really, there's nothing in the rules that says that the alien player can't just use all of his tokens on the first quadrant. And some people have pointed out that that would be a really cheap way to play, a really cheap tactic. I mean, the battle would be, it'd be just basically saying like, okay, everybody have the final battle right now. Because there's no traps or anything. I mean, I guess the alien event cards could be bad along the way. But you could get the game over really quick. It's like, I don't want to play this game. Okay, fine. First turn, boom, everything happens. Or you could save them all for the end. So they're just wandering around. Nothing's happening. They're just wandering around, and then they get to the last quadrant, and then you throw everything at them. So, but this way of playing, it seems to make a little more sense. Okay, so I placed all the blip tokens. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Open the door. Well, no, I'm not going to open the door. I'm going to leave it closed. Let me just raise this up. There. So I'm going to leave that door closed, and I'm going to fire. Yeah, now I can hit him. I can fire at him with my plasma pistol. So 2 heavy dice. 1 hit. But his armor is 2, so it doesn't kill him. But yeah, you can see my radiator is right here, so that's why it gets a little dry sometimes. It's just the way my room is set up. Sorry. No better place to do it. I guess I could have put it next to a air conditioner or something. So it'd be a problem for a different reason. Okay, so after that, we're going to move in the rest of our orcs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to fire with 2 white, 2 light combat dice. Oh, he scored a 2. Okay, it's the same as his armor, so it doesn't kill him. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, he can't really shoot through him, so he's just standing there then. Kind of see through the... See, I should put like a little camera on top. A little tiny like Lego camera right there. Little camera feed. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, see, I should have left a path so he could. Well, you can shoot through your own men, but why would you want to do that? 6. Okay, so that's just how it is. Okay, so I've done as much as I can. Now it's the alien player's turn. So first thing, always draw the alien event card. See how the chat's doing. Okay, hope you all are enjoying this. Hope this is educational. You can see me learn how to play this game, which I've wanted to play for a long time. I never thought I would be playing it really. I just thought this is going to be too expensive. It's too rare. It's too hard to find because I don't live in Europe. But one day I found a good deal and got it. It was pretty good condition, and I spent a little bit of time reading up on the rules, and of course I started myself off with quite a challenge, having these custom rules, but still. Okay, so flip over the alien event card, see what it does. Out of ammo, choose any one marine miniature armed with a heavy weapon. That miniature's weapon must be replaced with a bolter. Though no bolter, he may only attack in hand-to-hand combat. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting case. So this sounds like I can take the guy, the special guy, the mech, and take away his custom weapon so that he only has a normal bolter. So, I mean, that's how I would interpret the rule. I'm interpreting it in the most favorable way to the alien player, because it could just say, oh, no, it's not really a heavy weapon. It's a combination. It's a custom weapon. But, yeah, we'll say it's out of ammo. So, first his weapon jammed, and then he realized it was out of ammo. Darn. Okay, so that is gone. So we'll just get rid of that piece of equipment. I do plan to print professional quality cards of those customs. They're going to be slightly larger than these because these are like European size cards. So these are like a couple millimeters smaller on the edges, length and width, than a US game deck card, which is what my customs would be. I mean, I guess I could cut it to size, but I don't want to do that. Just figure, hey, if it's a little bit larger, that's okay because it'll be its own set. These cards will be its own set, so that'll be fine. It's just when you try to mix it in with the pile. Like if I tried to print out another alien event card, it's going to be taller and it's going to be kind of weird looking. Okay, so let me get myself another lozenge here. It's a dry winter. It's a dry winter. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Not everybody in the world is doing well at this time, so you do the best you can out there. Okay. Okay, so I did that. Now, the alien, I get to move my pieces, which includes all of my blip tokens. All of them. I get to move all of them. So let's start moving them. So we got 1, 2, open the door. It's so weird to be moving diagonally. So I'm so used to, you can't do that. So this is revealed, and it is a Gretchen. So let's get a Gretchen. I always like to see how many monsters were actually killed. Of course, in this game, it actually matters how many were killed. So I'll get new ones out of the box until they're all used up. Then I'll start reusing them. So 1. And he gets, is it 8 movement? Yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And he's going to attack. So he's going to attack that first orc with 2. Oh, and he got a 2. He killed him. He actually killed him. The Gretchen got a kill. It's kind of like the goblins in Battle Masters. They just get these lucky rolls. Nobody suspects them of a thing because he's only got 1 armor, right? Right. So I just lost that orc. So that's 5 points for the alien player, the Chaos alien player. So I can move this over. Well, it's not going to help. If I move this over here, well, of course, this is going to all be blocked off. Of course, as I move these guys north, it'll be all right. So I'm just, I'll put it right in the center. There we go. Of course, then you won't see those blip tokens moving. Yeah, I'll just put it here for now. It's right where I want it. Okay, I'll just toggle it off for now. Okay, just for now. Okay, so he killed him. And now this one's going to move 1, 2, flip it over. It's an orc. So you got an orc, and this guy's got a cleaver. Turn my camera back on. It's like a Hero Quest cleaver, almost. Okay, so he's going to fire at the commander with 2. If you can see that at all. What happened? Oh, 2 zeros. Yeah, so he missed. Okay. I still get to move my other tokens. So that one that I almost forgot about. 1, 2, open the door, flip it over, and I didn't cheat just then. I just still had it in my hand. Flip it over, it's another Gretchen. With his blunderbuss pointed right in his face. And you know what? He doesn't have to melee him, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because it seems right. And he got a 0. Oh, you moron. Now he's going to roll. And he gets a 1. So he killed him. So that was a stupid move. So I guess I just handed that one to the orcs, basically. So 2 points. Scared him. All right. Now, we still get this one here. Well, this one is in view, so we'll flip it over. And it's blank. It's just a decoy. There's nothing there. See that? That was in the original set. So it doesn't say what it is, so I don't think it's a wild card. I think it's just like a dummy. It's just, you see a blip moving towards you, and oh, it was nothing. It was just a moth or something. It was just nothing. Just a glitch, a radar ghost. So there's nothing gained by that. Just flip it over. Okay, what else do we have left? So we've got 2, 3, 4 in that room. Yeah, let's move 1, 2, open the door. Now it's in sight. Flip it over. It's a Gretchen. Hopefully this one's smarter than the last one. He's going to fire at the commander. And see, I'm just choosing to have him do that. He doesn't have to do it, but I think he ought to. He missed. Got 2 zeros. See that there? Okay. And this other one was in view as soon as he moved out, so we'll just say 1, 2. Oh, that is the Dreadnought. Now, because I dropped the token, you knew that one of those was going to be the Dreadnought. So this is the goal of the mission, is to take out the Dreadnought. So he's right here. So it's actually a 4-cylinder, 4-wheel drive mech combat war machine. Takes up 4 squares, and you're supposed to put it down so that one of the squares is covered. Look how huge it is by that. Oh yeah, and check it out. So he's got an assault cannon. He's got plasma gun. No, not a plasma gun. What am I saying? That's a missile launcher. Missile launcher. And he's got these two. These are just bolt cannons. So just bolters right here. So he's got 3 weapons. So he's got 3 attacks. He's got 3 life points. So that's the goal of the mission, is to take him out. So he just appeared. Now he doesn't have a clear line of sight. And let's see, what does he move? Dreadnought. So his fear is nothing. So he's got 4 squares, 4 armor. Hand to hand is 2 red and 2 white. And then fire. 2 heavy weapon plus white. Oh, okay. So the bolters are white, 2 white. Yeah, does he used to really get to attack 3 times? I'm pretty sure he does. Pretty sure I read that correctly. Let me just check the manual, because it's the first time. I mean, he could wipe out an entire squad. Okay, the Dreadnought, fearsome war machine, developed by the followers of Chaos. It is an adversary to be feared and respected. Occupies 4 squares instead of 1. It may pass through other alien miniatures, but not end its turn there. Passing through doors. It can't stop halfway through the door. It's not supposed to. Okay, it starts with the game with bolters mounted on its body and 2 heavy weapons. Before placing it on the board, the alien player must choose which heavy weapons, which I already did. When he fires, it may fire all 3 of its weapons. Weapons are all fired one at a time. It may fire more than one weapon at the same target, or may choose to fire each weapon at a different target. The Dreadnought can fire all its weapons as long as it can trace a line of sight to its intended target for at least one of the 4 squares it occupies. Okay. The Dreadnought may not fire those weapons which have been removed. When it has lost both its heavy weapons, it will only fire its bolters. But I'm assuming that's still 3 weapons. It's not 4. It has 3 life points. When it loses its first life point, it must remove one of its heavy weapons. The second heavy weapon is removed when it loses another life point. It continues to roll its full number of combat dice for hand-to-hand combat, even when it is damaged. It's removed from the board when it loses its 3rd life point. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure I understand how this all works. Okay. So that should be that for the Dreadnought. So it has been revealed, and that Gretchen is right in my way. Can you perhaps move out of the way, little dude? But he's already moved and he's fired, so no. So I can't go around him, but I could move to the side and have a line of sight to that orc, and maybe that orc? Okay, we're going to roll a heavy weapons die to see if he has line of sight to this commander orc, because that commander orc is going to be in big trouble in a second here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. If it's a 0, he's not line of sight to him. If it's any other number, he is line of sight. 2, so he is line of sight. Okay, so he's going to fire at the commander. And let's see, what should he shoot him with first? The missile launcher is pretty powerful. That's 2 red dice. And it hits an area of 9 squares. So 3, 6, 9. Well, I guess the explosion is going to be partially obscured. Does the explosion go around the corner? It goes through the doorway. Okay, so, or would it hit, like the missile will hit him and then go boom, like that. No, it'll hit him, boom, and it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so these 2 orcs are going to get hit by it, by the missile. Okay. Now, does that mean they both take the full brunt of the damage, or do you divide up the hits? Let's see. Go back to looking at the missile launcher. Fire at a square. Oh, it fires at a square rather than a miniature. Excuse me. So it'd have to fire at that square that's ahead of him. Although the targeted square can, okay, may maintain it. Yeah. Okay, so he can still fire at the square even though there's a miniature there. Okay, so the explosion begins on this square. See, this is more complicated than Hero Quest. Okay, any miniature in the targeted square will be attacked with the total number rolled on both dice. Furthermore, any miniatures in an adjacent square will be caught in the blast and is attacked with the higher of the 2 dice rolled. So that guy will be hit with the higher of the 2 dice rolled. The blast will not affect adjacent miniatures on the far side of a wall or a closed door. The far side of a wall or closed door. Okay, so this guy won't be hit by it. So even though it's hitting him here, it won't extend out farther. And if there was a closed door here, it wouldn't hit guys on the other side of the door. That makes sense. Okay. So it's 2 red dice. This could be the end of our commander. Let's see what happens to the brave man. And he hasn't taken any damage, so he can't use his healing because it'd be too late. I mean, if this is the American version of the game, which there was no American version, maybe he could revive himself, but let's see what he gets. Oh, dang, 6. However, because of his power armor, he's got 3. Oh, but it doesn't matter because it's 6. It's 3 above, so he's going to take 3 damage. Wow. Okay. So we get this out. Just ignore the fact that it says Blood Angels. We're pretending this is for the orcs here. So we got to click it down from 6 to 3 because it's 3 in excess of his armor. Oh, and I was forgetting to calculate the points here. You know what? I'm just going to calculate the points at the end. I forgot to be doing that. I just have this pile of tokens here because you've got to subtract the points for the guys that died on your turn as well. So I'll figure that out. Okay. So yeah, he took 3, and then this other guy, he's going to get hit with 3, and his armor is only 1. Can't see where I'm pointing. His armor is only 1. Okay, so boom, missile hits. Boom. I guess technically the missile was hitting this guy and not the commander. But since I rolled double 3s, it doesn't matter. They both get hit by the same amount. So this guy is definitely dead. So I lost my plasma pistol guy. So he had a plasma pistol, so he's gone. It's 5. Well, that's 10 points for the alien player because, well, I guess it's not really a heavy weapon. It's 5 points. Yeah, it'd only be 10 points for the guy carrying the big weapon, the big long rifle. This one, this guy. This I would consider a heavy weapon because he's slowed down by it. It's the plasma pistol kind of throws me off because it functions like a heavy weapon, but it's really just a light weapon, strong light weapon to be fair. Okay, so after that devastating attack, he's not even done yet. I can see how you're playing some of these games; they just go on for ages. But I'm sure the next game will go quicker because I know what I'm doing. Okay, so now he fired the missile launcher. He can fire the assault cannon. Well, no, he can't because he doesn't have clear line of sight to anybody. Yeah, never mind. Oh, wait. Can he shoot through this door? No, he can't. Not to hit anybody, actually. Well, but why would he? Because they're on his side. So, yeah, he can't hit anybody else. Okay. So now I've still got some other tokens in here. Can this guy even move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's in sight, and it's another Gretchen. And I just blocked the view of the Dreadnought. But that's okay, because the Dreadnought has to be destroyed for the mission to be won. So I don't want him to be destroyed if I'm the alien player. 1, 2, 3, 4. This can't really be seen. Well, whoops, I shouldn't have flipped that over. Let's just pretend you didn't see that. So that blip token is still the way it is. These other blip tokens I get to move. So 1, 2, open the door. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These two get to move. 1, 2, open the door. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These get to go. 1, 2, open the door. Now it's in sight. Flip this one over. It's an orc. Orc with a little curved sword there, or carving knife. No, it's a sword. This one moves. 1, flip it over. It's a Gretchen. 2, 3. Oh yeah. And I'm going to have both of them attack. Let's just say this guy, first guy attacked, and then the other guy attacked. Sorry, not trying to cheat there. Okay, so first, the enemy orc attacks the player orc, who is now just reduced to a regular bolter. Missed. Now the Gretchen is going to attack. Oh, we got a 2. Oh, that was a 2. Yeah, he doesn't have any special armor, so he's dead. This guy is dead. Okay, so I've moved all my aliens. Let's just drag that back. Okay, so now it is the orc mob's turn again. So the commander, is there anything he can do? Any orders? I think if he's going to issue some orders, now would be the time, because his army has dwindled down to nothing. So he's going to go ahead and issue this order for all the good it's going to do. Daka Daka. Any of your orcs may fire twice. Okay, so he's going to use that. And can he use the Pain Boy? Because really, he could be severely damaged. I mean, if he gets 2 3s again, he could be destroyed. So he's going to use Pain Boy and get his health restored back to maximum. Okay, so now he's at 6 life points again. So that's used up. Flip that over. And Daka Daka is in use. So 2, they get to fire twice. Yeah, every single orc is going to fire twice. So since he used that on himself, that doesn't count as his attack. So he can attack, I think he's going to attack that first Gretchen, but then he opens the path for the other ones to Okay, whatever. So he's going to shoot at that Gretchen there. So he's shooting the Gretchen with his 2 heavy because he's got a plasma pistol. 4. Too bad that wasn't the Dreadnought. So he killed him. There's no defense against that. It's 2 more points. And he gets a second attack, so he's going to go right for the Dreadnought. Maybe he can take out that missile launcher. So we're going to say he's aiming for the missile launcher. I mean, the alien player gets to choose. Oh, he lost his assault cannon. Oh, you know. But 3. Okay, so the armor rating on the Dreadnought is 4, though. So he didn't destroy it. He didn't damage it. Whoops. He better get the heck out of Dodge. So he's going to move away. Let's see. 1, 2. He's still going to be in range of the other enemies, though. But I'd rather take my chances with those other guys. Oh, he could retreat into the next room. Oh, but he could just come back out and get him. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he retreated all the way back here. Sorry, guys. Okay, this orc here is going to shoot at the Dreadnought because he's brave. So he's going to shoot. Now he only gets to shoot with a bolt pistol, so it's 2. Oh, he got a 1. But he's going to have to do better than that because the Dreadnought has 4 armor. So he's going to get the heck out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay. Just going to put him over there. Okay. And now we've got one more orc over here on the orc mob side. So he is going to, how quickly can he get over there? See, there's more enemies coming in, but the goal is the Dreadnought. Because if I can kill the Dreadnought and escape to one of these sides, I've done it. I mean, yeah, I can hang around and try to get points, but you can't collect the points if you're dead. So, you know what? He's going to fire and then he's going to retreat. He's going to fire at that orc there. Might as well get as many points as you can. 2 white dice. Missed. Run! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open the door. 6. And orcs move 6 squares, so can almost get him. Yeah, can't quite reach him. The Gretchen could, though. Okay, I think that's my turn. Oh, they can fire twice. I forgot. See, I played that. I played that card and I totally forgot. So really, sorry, folks. Okay, so this orc over here should have taken another shot at the Dreadnought. Let's try that now. Missed again, so he wouldn't have done any good. Okay, and this orc here should have taken another shot at the big orc, the enemy orc. So 3. Oh, he would have got him. You know what? How can I not count that? He's only got 1 armor, so that orc is dead, and then he would have fled still. So that's 3 more points. Yeah, sorry for all the errors, but I'm learning how to play. Okay. So yeah, I was thinking like, oh, I used up the Daka Daka. It's like I didn't even use it. I only used it once. It was for any of the orcs, not just the commander. Any of your orcs may fire twice. So, but it's used up now. It's used up now. So we'll just consider that used up. Okay, now it's the alien's turn. So I get to move everything. So let's just move my other blips out here, wherever they can go. 3. Don't trim your nails before playing this game. 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to be revealed. It's another Gretchen. Another space goblin with a shotgun this time. Their weapons don't matter. He's going to take a shot though. He's going to fire at the. These other guys are going to take a shot. No, he's going to take a shot at the orc commander. Fire at the orc commander. 2. He gets a 2, but his armor's 3, so he's unharmed. Okay. This one's going to move 1, open the door. 2, 3, 4, 5, and he can't be seen by the orc mob, so he's still a blip. And there's no fog of war, so it's not like they turn back into blips when no one's looking. That would really make the game confusing, wouldn't it? It's like, well, I remember what he was. Okay, these other blips are going to move. Just got to remember which ones I moved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these ones are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open the door. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one attacked. That one hasn't moved yet. So the Gretchen can move up to 8 squares. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, open the door. 4, 5, and he's going 6. He's going to go in the corner because he's trying to get room for the dreadnought. He's going to shoot at the commander. Bam. 2 white dice. 2. He scored a 2, but the commander has 3 with his power armor, so it does nothing. Now, like I already went. This guy over here, I forgot to move him, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I don't think he can see him. I think that actually says that in the book. He's not line of sight, technically. I'm just going to say that. It's not contested. It does say in the book, though, if there's a disagreement over line of sight, you're supposed to roll the die to determine who gets to decide. So let's see. Now we got the dreadnought. So the dreadnought can only move 4 squares. It starts with like the front of his square, that giant 4 square. So it's like 1, 2, 3. Oh, but he can't land on that other one. But he can rotate around. How does that work? Does he pivot? Can he do that? It's like he goes 3 and then 4, but he can't stop inside the door. I see. So actually he has to stop in the doorway right there. So he'll need more than that. He has to move up to the door and then through the door. And this miniature can't actually fit through there. You'd have to like disassemble him, but you say he jumps over, whatever. He fits through. Okay. So can he shoot through the doorway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like he can hit him. Looks like he can hit the commander through that door. I'm going to contest it. So we're going to roll 1 red die. If it's 0, he's not line of sight. If it's anything else, it is line of sight. It's a 0. He's not line of sight. Okay, you lucked out there, buddy. Okay. I mean, maybe a veteran player would say, oh, no, it definitely is. But he gets off the hook this time. Makes it more dramatic that way, right? Okay, these guys still need to go. So this orc, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's not a line of sight. Now the Gretchen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to be right inside the door like that. Now it looks like he can hit the commander, so he's going to try to hit the commander with his 2 dice. Cockeyed. Missed. Okay, so 2 zeros, that's a miss. And now the Chaos Space Marine, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can't really hit anything. Too bad you guys don't have a missile launcher, right? This guy already did his thing. So it's now the orc's turn. So no more orders to use. We're just going to have to keep our wits about us. So, okay. Just to be sure I'm really in range, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to fire at the Dreadnought with my plasma pistol. Yeah. Missed. Oh, terrible. And now I'm in right in the way. Okay, we're going to flip the blip token. And there's a Gretchen. That Gretchen's going to be in the way, though. I guess technically that blip token was possibly blocking the way anyway for the shooting. Okay, so now this other orc. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not really there. Because if he kills that, Gretchen is going to be in the way. Of course, we're going to have to clear out the Gretchen to get the Dreadnought anyway. It's annoying. Block the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Yeah, oh man, it's tough. It's not looking good for the orc mob. So he's gonna just attack that Gretchen. Might as well get rid of him. Gets a few more points. Missed. Now, at this point, I could flee. I mean, he already used up his move. The commander did. But if I flee, then this primary mission token goes to the alien player, like automatically. He doesn't get the satisfaction of having killed my commander. I'm going to check something. So I'm going to check and see how many points I've got. You've got all these totals at the end, it tells you how many. So if you get 10 or less from the orc, or the Space Marines in this case, but yeah, the orc mob. If you get 10 or less, you basically have failed. So if I can get 11 or more, so let me just see how many I would have. So let's count up our tokens. We got these big piles of tokens here. Sometimes you gotta make a retreat. Of course, the fact that I decided to take a shot at the Dreadnought means that I might have screwed myself over. Okay, so this is obviously nothing. So we got 10. Well, I'll just count it up this way. So I'll just sort them out by Gretchen's. Just like you're playing so many other games, they count up the number of each type of enemy that you kill. So the Gretchens are all worth 2. Orcs are 3. Now I've still got to subtract all the dead orcs off my team that I lost. And what to do about the one that fell to chaos? I mean, he didn't really die. He's technically still alive. He's right there. He just is a bad guy now. Badder guy? Worst guy? Worst guy? Oh yeah, that's a Gretchen. Whoops. See, they just give you the little silhouette. And then I've got these chaos Space Marines there, and then the android, or the heavy weapon, and then the android, and then this is just 0. This is nothing. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 30, 32, 42, 47, 57, 67. So we've got 67, but then we've got to subtract the fact that we lost this guy. So that's 5. This guy is another 5. This guy is another 5. This guy's another 5. This guy's another 5. This guy's a 10. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. So subtract 35 for those losses. So I'd have 32, which would be considered a commendable performance. So I'm in the clear. I could retreat. However, 32 points is what the alien has. And if the alien gets the primary mission, I believe they get 30 points. So they would have 62 versus my 32. Or no, what am I saying? Yeah, they'd have 32 for the, no, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. They would have 35 plus 30, so they would have 65 for the alien player. Because I'm just going to double check that token. Yeah, primary mission is 30. Because there is a secondary mission, but the secondary mission was never revealed, so you don't get the points if you accomplished it, because you don't know what it is. I mean, I could have just told them, but I mean, I know what it is, but it wasn't revealed. Yeah, unless I played that wrong. But the secondary mission is only 15. Now, if the secondary mission is revealed and you don't accomplish it, then the alien player gets those points as well. Okay, so, all right, so those guys moved. So I have one more orc I could move. So the game ends when you've got all your guys out of there, all the survivors anyway. So let's see, he's here. He's here. You can see my hand in the corner there. Okay, so he can get out of here going that way. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's gonna just shoot at him from all that way. Might as well just take a parting shot, and he missed. So easy to get zeros. See, now in Hero Quest, those would be skulls, and you'd be getting all kinds of scores. So they changed it so it's like you can shoot, but it's not very accurate. But if it hits, it hits. Okay, so now it's the alien's turn. So we're going to draw the alien event card. There's lots of cards left, so the game could have just gone on and on. Gene Stealer. Finally, place a Gene Stealer next to any Marine or Orc or Commander miniature. The Gene Stealer may attack and move as normal this turn. So we finally get one of these nasty looking alien four-armed scary monsters, which are called Soul Suckers in the PC game, and they only have 2 arms in that one, but definitely looks scary. So let's grab Gene Stealer here. So here's that miniature. This one's partially painted. So I just got to get another throat lozenge. Okay, sorry about that. It's dry in here. Okay, what did I do with that guy? I just got him out. Showed him to the camera. I think I'm getting a little tired here, a little disorganized. Okay, well, anyway, Gene Stealer is supposed to attack one of the characters. So who should he attack? I guess he should attack the commander, right? Because I'm trying to win. So we'll just put him out. Here. So I'll put him right there with his claws. And a Gene Stealer. Let's see. Moves 8 squares, has an armor value of 3. He can't fire, but he has 2 red dice for hand-to-hand. And notice how I put that monster out because of a card. So he has no point value. It's just 0. It's not worth any points. But he still gets to attack. And so he attacks with his 2 red. So he's attacking the commander. Now the commander's at full strength. Okay, 1. And his armor shrugs it off, of course, but he's going to get to a counter attack. He got a 2. So 1 versus 2. His armor, of course, is 3. Okay, so he's not killed. So the outcome is everybody's okay. Of course, now he's got a monster down his throat there. All right. So the beginning of the alien player's turn. So he already got to do that. I don't think he gets to move twice. It's not like a wandering monster in Hero Quest. He just attacks that one time. The Gretchen is going to shoot at him with his normal 2. Failed. And he's going to get out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because he can move way back there. Why not, right? Since the action is taking place there, I'm just going to shift this around. But you can still see my blip tokens, so let's do that. There we go. Now, my other blip tokens are going to do stuff. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can he see him? I'm thinking he probably can't see him, but it's a dispute. So 0, he can not see him. Anything else he can. 0, he can't see him. Okay, so he's not revealed yet. Other blip tokens. 1, 2, 3. That became detached. 4, 5. Still not revealed yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, 4, 5. And that, he's just barely on the screen, but he is going to fire. The Gretchen is going to fire at the orc. 2. Oh, man. He got 4. That guy is smoked. So, lost another one. Whoops. That's another 5 points. He smacked into the camera. So 5 points for the alien player. So that orc is eliminated. And let's see, what else can I do? With those, boom, boom. Okay, these guys can all move, and then the dreadnought can move. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move this guy in here. So the Gretchen goes in that room. 1, 2, and he's going to shoot at the orc. The only regular orc boy left. He got a 2 and a 1. That's a 3. This guy's dead. Sudden death. See, you should have retreated. Okay, now he's going to move. This Gretchen is going to move 1, 2 into the room. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we still got diagonal line of sight to the commander. And you can barely see him right here. It's the commander. He's got a Genestealer on his back. So he's going to shoot the commander. Of course, he has armor of 3. He gets 0 zeros, so failed. Orc moves 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess he can't really reach anybody there. And then Chaos Space Marine also moves 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just blocking the doorway, basically. Almost. I guess there is a space for him. And then this guy, or no, wait. No, he moved out of the way. That was, sorry. Okay, now it's time for the dreadnought. 1, 2. Pivoting is not a move. 3, 4. He'd be halfway. But he can shoot. He can shoot the commander. So he's going to shoot the dreadnought is going to shoot the orc commander with the missile launcher. So that's 2. So he's going to hit that square. Oh, it's going to hit the Genestealer as well. I don't even care. they're just monsters anyway, right? So 2 red dice. 3. Okay, 3. His armor's 3. He's going to be unharmed. However, that 3 is also going to hit the Genestealer. And the Genestealer has an armor value of 3, so he's unharmed. Wow. So they just ate that missile and they were fine. Maybe it was a dud. Okay. And it affects those squares. Those 4 square. Well, is it 6 squares? Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. There's nobody else in the vicinity. Okay, so now the assault cannon is going to shoot And it can shoot multiple targets, but there's only one. I mean, the commander gets hit, it's game over for him. He's got 6 life points left. So the assault cannon is 2 red. Two, but his armor value is 3, so he is fine. So once again, so he survived. Okay, I think at this point, any sane player, and I'm not saying I am one, a sane player would be like, listen, I just need to cut my losses and get out of here, get out of Dodge, because look, so there is a square. Oops, need to click on the right one. There is a square where I can get out of here. See this? There is a path to freedom. Because really, I mean, yes, he's got a powerful weapon, but I mean, I'm just going to be mobbed by these other guys. This Chaos Space Marine and this Gene Stealer are going to make my life miserable. And I could be wiped out in one turn. So I hate to say it, but I may have to retreat my very first game here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can end up behind, let's see, is that the safest path? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could be right here in the doorway. Supposed to do it square by square, but yeah, there we go. Because he was actually right here. It probably sounds like a xenomorph or something, or a dinosaur. But wait a minute. Now these guys could still move out of the way. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate, shoot. So if I tried to destroy the Chaos Space Marine, of course these guys could all just get out of the way, and the Dreadnought could shoot at me anyway. But they can also attack me. So you know what? I'm going to try to... I can't attack him diagonally, though. Well, I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to try to shoot this Gretchen over here. So, target of opportunity. That's really all I can do, because I was trying to get as far away as I could from the Dreadnought. 1. He's got armor 1, so he's not destroyed. Or no, wait, no. What am I saying? Armor of 0, excuse me. See, I haven't memorized their stats yet. 0, so he's dead. He is dead. So that's 2 more points. I can just, get a few more points, because I'll lose a lot of points by just escaping early. See, now that's something in Hero Quest you could escape down the stairs, but there was no penalty except that you just try the quest again. Here it's like you can lose, because you can win a battle and lose the war, so to speak, just like Battle Masters. You're playing in a sequence. Because I'd play this again. This is interesting. I'd rather play it with other people. Let's see. So we're almost done here, folks. Thanks for sticking with me here, and I hope the camera is a little more entertaining with these close-up views. Again, if I had like one more camera with maybe like a little crane arm on it, that would be perfect. So, okay, so that's the only guy I get to move. So we're back to the alien player once again. So we're going to draw the alien event card. It's like it gets closer and scarier as the time goes on. Frenzy. Anyone, Gretchen or Orc may attack twice in hand-to-hand combat this turn. Any one. Okay. So I probably want to do it for an Orc. So let's get an Orc to do it. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 behind him. trying to block his path, and he gets to attack twice. Excuse me. Twice. Hand-to-hand combat. So he gets 2, of course. He failed. He's going to try again. And he got 2. A 2. But since armor's 3, he's okay, but he gets to a counterattack. And since he's got that power axe, that's worth 2 red dice. And he missed. So, doesn't matter, but he's fine. They're both fine. Swing and a miss, swing and a miss. Okay, so that frenzy is used up. And he already did his first attack, so I get to move the other characters. So the Gretchen is going to shoot at the commander, the orc commander. 3. Whoa. But his armor rating is 3, so he's okay. He's not going to move. Well, he could still move. 4, 5. Yeah, he's going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like still within range, but getting out of the way of everything so that the Dreadnought can try to attack him. I think this Gretchen is going to be in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, so the Gretchen's going to move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he's going to shoot at the commander, the orc commander. Wow, a 2 and a 2. That's 4. That's a hit. So since it's 1 more than his armor, it's 1 damage. So he goes down from 6, whoops, to 5. I know I didn't have to do all that, but it just was fun to do, so I did it. Yeah, I need a bigger desk and more lights and more cameras. And the lighting's okay, just more cameras and bigger desk, bigger table. But, you know, it's like war gamers, they got to make these giant tables out of sawhorses and plywood and particle board and stuff, but I'm just using a card table and some, I've got some foam core underneath it just so it doesn't scratch or anything. Not that it would, but just gives it a little bit more stability because I got the camera underneath. Okay, so Chaos Space Marine. Could try to melee, but I think he's going to shoot instead. So 1, 2. Because when he did the counterattack, that didn't count as his attack. That's just automatically what you do. So he's going to attack the commander with 2, the orc commander. He missed. And now the Gene Stealer gets to move 8 squares and attack with 2 red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blocking, well, he's not blocking the path because he can still move diagonally past these guys. So it's actually harder to block doors than you think. So he's going to attack him with 2 red. That's devastating. He could get 6. No. Yeah, it's kind of cockeyed now. We're just going to say 0. So that's 0. And, of course, he gets to attack back because he can only do melee. 4. Whoa. Gene Stealer only has armor of 3. Gene Stealer's dead, but I don't get any points for him, unfortunately. Just gonna have to figure out what I did with that last Gene Stealer. It's like the one that you missed, you know, clever girl. Sneaks up behind you. So we're almost at the end, folks. Okay, so the Gene Stealer botched its attack. Chaos, da-da-da-da-da. Gretchen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that a clear line of sight? Okay. If it's 0, it's not. If it's anything else, it is. It's not. Okay. It's good way to determine it. Okay, now before I move the dreadnought, let's move these blips. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, this is blocking it, so, well, I think, yeah, I'm not sure. All right, let's roll to see. 0, it can't be seen yet. Yeah, it can't be seen yet. Okay, that was a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay. And then the Gretchen moves forward 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So hung up on doing the fives. 5 counts. Okay, did I do all of the blip tokens? Yes, I did. Okay. So you can see the big picture here. Okay, now it's time for the dreadnought, finally. So 1, it moves right up to the door. 2, 3, pivots, 3, 4, and then it pivots around. So it's right in the doorway. Right there. Okay. Now, can he hit him? Any square line of sight. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Yeah, he can hit him. So he's going to shoot that square with a missile. And so that means, once again, 2 red dice, 2 heavy dice, 4. Ooh, 4. That'd be a hit because he only has 3 armor, so it's 1 over. Now, technically, he would also have hit this orc. So that means he gets hit with 2, and his armor is only 1, so this orc gets killed. But nobody gets the points because it's just was killed by friendly fire. So he would take 1 damage. So goes down from 5 to 4. And now the assault cannon is going to attack him. So the assault cannon is 2. There's really nothing to distribute. There's just 2 points. Well, his armor's 3, so it doesn't harm him. Okay, so that's all for the alien player. Now, I can take my attack and get out of there. Can I at least wound the thing? Decisions. Or do I try to wipe out one of these other guys and get some points? See what he's worth. He's worth nothing because he was my guy that got transformed. It's 2, 2, and 2. It's really either get 2 more points or just I'm going to try to damage the dreadnought. So using my plasma pistol. 4. Hey, 4. But his armor rating is 4, so didn't really do any damage. Because I think if it meets their armor value, that's it. All right, he's going to make a run for it. 1, 2, 3. Sealing the bulkhead door. He ran off in fear. I mean, he was about to get killed anyway. So that's the end of the mission. He escaped. Nuke it from orbit. Calling an airstrike. But so what this means, of course, since I did all this, is that the primary mission was not obtained by me. It goes right to the alien player, so he gets 30 points. So now the end of the game is to count up the points once again. I kind of already did it, but I'll do it again just for laughs to make sure. Do it right. Okay. Sorry, I just gotta get my scratch paper out here. Okay. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45 for the alien player for all those kills, plus 30 for the primary mission not being accomplished. So 75 for the alien. So according to this, the alien player, so alien combat effectiveness table. So 75, an acceptable, or no, a commendable performance. You're awarded 2 marks of chaos. If you win the game, you're automatically promoted 1 rank. Now, did I consider to have won if I just get more points? Let's just say that that's the case. So that means I get a mark. How many marks of chaos do I get? 2 marks of chaos. So this is a mark of chaos right here, this little token. And there's 2. It's their second one. Of course, it has a 2 on it. Does that mean that this is like a 2 counter? But I think it just means you get 1 of these and 1 of these. So 2 marks of chaos. So that means I get some bonuses next time. So marks of chaos, and as the alien player, I'm sure I won because I'm sure I have more points than that. Let's see. Let's count up the. Oh, and I go up in rank. So instead of a Chaos Renegade, I get to become a Chaos Warrior. Ooh, so I get to keep one of the event cards, the alien event cards. Can hang on to it. For each mark of chaos that's been awarded, the alien player may add 1 to the number of reinforcement tokens he's allowed to use for a mission. So I get 1 extra reinforcement next time. So it's a ranking system. 1 reinforcement, 1 event. So you get to hang on to the event card and use it later. To hold 1 or more cards from the alien event deck, which you can choose to use on any turn instead of drawing a card from the deck as usual at the beginning of his turn. So I guess you can just draw it and hold it in reserve. And you can either use one or the other. Interesting. Okay, so Chaos Warrior. Where's the token for that? This is part of the game too. It's kind of like in Hero Quest. You go to the armory, you count up everything, all the gold that you got. Because in that one, you don't really have points like that. It's just okay. So it's like Chaos Warrior. So I was gonna win one way or the other because I was playing against myself, but I wasn't quite sure how it was gonna go. I mean, I watched somebody else play. I think it was Always Bored, Never Boring, and he got killed. Like his Blood Angels got killed, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know if he did multiple games. He probably did do multiple games. I just watched the one. It was like, oh man, that happens. Okay, so we got 10, 3, 6. Count these up again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16, 34. This would be 34. 44, 54, 64, 69. But I've got to subtract the deaths. So 69 for the orcs. But then we got to subtract all the ones that we lost for the dead. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45. Oh man. So I lost 45 points for those deaths. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure that's right. It's like you lose the points and then the alien player gets them. But I really took a hit for not getting the primary mission. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Because see, there's no buying anything in between rounds, in between missions. So it's all just adding up your points and thinking about what cards you want and what weapons you want to outfit your characters with. So yeah. So I ended up with 24. So do I come out with any honor intact? So 10 or less, you're screwed. You have to go back and you die. But 24 is considered an acceptable performance. You are awarded 1 honor badge. Okay? So I survived. Now, if my commander hadn't survived, then I'd be in big trouble. So I get 1 honor badge from the Emperor. I guess he's got to deal with the orcs. So that says 1. That says 2, but this is 1. So that's what an honor badge looks like. And 1 honor badge, I'm not sure what that entitles you to. Let's see. Honor badge. So if you have 1, you get 5 equipment cards. So I would get 1 extra. Instead of just the 4, I'd get 5 equipment. I'm still only at a rank of sergeant, so I'd still only get 1 order card. Okay, so that was Space Crusade. Thank you everyone for watching my very first game. I made a bunch of mistakes. I got confused a couple of times, kind of forgot what I was doing. Keeping track of everything. But it was kind of fun, kind of interesting, something different. So my voice is getting kind of scratchy. I really wanted to do some Hero Quest stuff here. You know what? I think I'm just going to take another lozenge here. And we'll go ahead and we'll try to do a little bit of reading. But I'm just going to pause the stream and I'm going to restart it for the reading, okay? And we'll do some of this Hero Quest reading for fun from our book here. So stick around, and in a couple of minutes we'll just get that started. So thank you everybody for joining us here at Hero Quest Fans, and we'll be right back.